Well, there you go. Shay's nervous. We've never done a live stream before, so I mean, it might just be Shay and I talking to each other. For all I know, I really have no idea. So, hopefully, at least one person shows up. That'd be nice. It's like a party by yourself. So, we'll see how it goes. So, anyways, if you are watching, thanks. If you have watched the channel, we appreciate it. We thought this would be kind of fun to do, just because a couple people have asked before, and so we just we figured we'd get a shot. Hey, Yas, how's it going? Is it Yas? I think it's Yas, right?
I think
Yas.
Yas.
So Yas, is that? I mean, I've been meaning to ask. Is that what nationality is? Is nationality, or is it just Yas? As in like, no, Yas. So I don't know. So you got to tell me.
Oh, that's so nice.
Appreciate it, Corey. And Nerys. I'll let Shay do most of the talking and stuff like that.
What?
I stumble over my words a lot, and I say there's so much editing goes into my videos where I'm just deleting, and Shay's just like, why don't we just talk normally? And I'm like, I'm trying to use my vocabulary. What's up, Gunner? I appreciate Gunner.
I do too.
He's been giving me some advice, so thank you. Anyways, again, thank you guys. Nuri Sinit. I still can't do it. Nero? Sinins? Is that close? I hope it's close.
Sorry.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Oh, right on,
Okay,
yes. Okay,
nice.
That makes sense. Exactly, Corey. So we're gonna, again, this is our first time doing this. We're gonna try and keep up as much as possible. I'll let Shay kind of focus on the live chat.
Where are you from, Cody?
And answer questions from there as well. So if you guys got questions or anything, let us know. Again, our channel, and I'll start from the beginning. So we started this channel just making fun of Jeep videos. It was humorous. It was funny. We started making some just parodies, and I actually hated it because people started to get to know us for what.
You know what's funny? Fox Mufasa is that you're getting used to his beard, but he's always had a beard. And what's funny about that is that my mom said the same thing at my baby shower. She was like, I can't get used to the beard. I was like, he's always had a beard.
So it's kind of one of those things. So, anyways.
And Gunnar, we feel like we are your friends too, because we look forward to your comments on every video.
Shay's voice goes up like super high octaves if you haven't noticed. So yeah, so that kind of happens.
Oh, I apologize.
But anyway, so thank you guys. So we started the channel with just making parodies, and some of those videos got slung around, and it almost got kind of annoying because people started knowing us just for the parodies, and I hated it. I hated just being known for making stupid videos.
It is a good beard.
So
for sure.
So we started making just other helpful videos, and at the end of the day, the whole point of the channel was to meet as many people as possible who just enjoy the culture, to meet good people, and to just kind of go from there. And I think that's helped out a lot. We've met quite a few people. I want to say probably 20, 30 people in person, and it's been really cool. I don't think I have what it takes to have a channel that explodes, but we just thought it would be fun. If you guys want to entertain someone, Shay is all about being entertained.
I'm reading Corey's comment that she didn't know, his sister-in-law didn't know what her husband looked like because he didn't shave his beard until the COVID stuff. So
that's funny.
I think it's funny. IVD or Kings?
Oh, I think he's talking about Icon suspension or King's suspension.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And I'll get to your Gunner. So I like Icon just because it kind of has, I don't know, I kind of like the following, and I kind of like their products. I think King is a great product, but I think it's kind of, I don't want to say, well, they're both kind of played out. But I don't know. They both do a really good job. So at the end of the day, I would say Icon just because I like their branding more, which isn't really a good reason, but I just kind of like the look of their suspension products and the branding that they do more than King. So it's kind of my opinion. First of all, I'm going to get to your question, but I just want to say thank you guys so much. I'm always extremely humbled when people comment. We get a lot of just really shitty comments sometimes, and people are just it's the internet. You never know how it's going to go, and sometimes you just have to deal with the masses. So I'm just appreciative of anybody who watches and reaches out to us. It's just fun to meet like-minded people. We're pretty optimistic people. I mean, we just try and do the right thing, help people out on the trail, and help people any way we can. And this channel was just an opportunity. So thank you guys so much. That's all I got to say about that. But yes, real quick. So we actually both work in the real estate industry. I would love to open a shop. My dream is to open a shop. So the whole point and the whole reason you see multiple rigs all the time is because I want to learn how to work on as many of them as possible. And I want to get familiar with all different types of models and vehicles and just questions. And so when someone comes up to me and says, hey, can I put 37s on a stock XJ? I can say, probably not. I mean, you can do it if you cut a bunch of stuff up, but I can at least explain out how it works and everything. So my goal is to open a shop. And so I've been trying to familiarize myself with as many vehicles as possible. But yeah, we're both in the real estate industry. Shay is
an accountant. I'm pretty boring. So I went to school to be a high school teacher, and now I'm an accountant. So
yeah, and I'm a project manager with a real estate company as well. So again, it's kind of just we're on the path to try and make our hobbies our jobs, but for now, it's just kind of that, you know, doing what you're doing to make it, to pay the bills, sort of thing, kind of make things happen. So that's kind of how it works out. All right, Shay, you're in charge of the questions.
I know.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna bust out some Weller 12.
He was so excited.
Yes.
He was like, "I'm gonna drink this for the video."
Yes,
okay.
I cannot find another one of these bottles for like under $100. So I've been saving it, but I did want to just share this with you guys. So anybody out there, cheers. Drink responsibly. Most of you don't have to drive tomorrow, so it's all good.
We definitely miss Marble Falls a lot. There's really not anything out here like that, obviously.
What was the question?
But there's no question. Yas, I'm sorry. I hope I'm saying that right. He was saying he lives in Houston, and it was our videos that made him take his F-150 off-roading out there.
I miss how easy it was to get there. Hidden Falls is a great park. If you're in Texas and you can go there, it's a gem. I mean, it really is. It's come a long ways. When we first started going 6 or 7 years ago, maybe 8 now, it was very kind of disorganized and kind of Wild West out there, but it's really come a long way. It's a great park to be able to go and spend the weekend out there. You can camp out, you can run around, trails of all sorts. So, and there's a lot of trails here. So don't get us wrong. I mean, right around the corner we could do stuff, but the winter kind of ruins that a little bit.
So YK, you're from Japan, but you're stuck in New York right now. When are they gonna let you go back to Japan? Right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Both residential.
Yep.
Real estate.
Yep. Yeah, I've done some commercial stuff, but right now just residential.
I've done commercial too, but I think I prefer residential.
Yeah, the market is doing really well, so it kind of just works out. And if you're curious on why Shay is taller, it's because I'm sitting on a trash can.
Yeah, my seat's taller.
Adapt and overcome. We didn't have any small chairs. We wanted to do this outside because it's like it is beautiful out there, but it's super windy, and I didn't want to have all that background and have you guys ruin that. So, drink of choice, it was vodka. I went through a bunch of vodkas and kind of figured it out. I don't like beer at all. So went through vodkas. Wheatley vodka made by Buffalo Trace is my favorite vodka. But then I kind of got into whiskeys to try it because I wanted to be, I don't know if I wanted to be anything, but I just wanted to, you know how you get an idea or you kind of get a, yes.
So here's the thing. He doesn't drink and he tried beer and now he's trying whiskey. So he's trying to find something he likes because he really doesn't like to drink. So he's trying to find something that kind of tastes okay.
Yes.
And Fox Mufasa, that is hilarious. Thank you for confessing that.
What did he say?
He subscribed because of the 4Runner, and then whenever we sold it, he unsubscribed, and then he came back.
That happens so much, guys, and I have to deal with the fallout so often because people get so invested with rigs, and then I sell them or trade them or I get rid of them, and I hate it because the hardest part about having a channel like this is putting all of your faults and your mistakes and like putting yourself out there, and people hold you accountable because you guys call me out all the time. Y'all like, man, that was stupid. You shouldn't have done that. Or this is dumb. So you're constantly putting yourself out there for people to basically judge you all the time. So it's interesting. So we just have to kind of do what you want to do at the end of the day and kind of go from
He
there.
just loves cars and he loves working on different kinds of cars. So that's his fault, I guess.
It's a financial fault, that's for sure.
We don't need to talk about that.
If there's one thing about vehicles, that is just, it is killer. So that really sucks.
Corey said he chose Toy Tech for his Tacoma because
Toy Tech is great. Yeah, and then I had that on the 4Runner as well. It came with the TRD Pro suspension, and it was a great product, and they're right down the street too. There's a lot of really good Toyota brands out here actually, which is pretty interesting. So you got Toy Tech, you got
Toyota
RSG.
Land.
Toyota Land? I don't know.
See Toyotas everywhere here.
Oh, it's Toyota Land. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, and I'm really surprised too because in Austin the Jeep scene was really big, and it was kind of disappointing. Actually, we kind of got burned out on it a little bit, kind of like AR-15s in 2008. Just because everybody was buying them, they didn't know anything about them, and they'd come up to you. I was working at Academy at the time, selling guns, and it was like I'd get phone calls and people would be like, "Hey, do you have those black rifles that shoot like 30 rounds in those clips and stuff?" And it was just like, at least educate yourself a little bit. And now, obviously, that was my job too, to help educate people. But at the same time, it's like, at least understand what you're getting into. And I felt like Jeeps kind of got that way in Austin for a little while too. So it was kind of.
We don't need to talk about that.
What?
Nothing.
Do you not agree?
It's just Austin became overran with Jeeps and Jeep snobs, and it just changed. It changed really fast.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate. And that's what we like about the S. And I know this is kind of cliche and whatnot, but I like the essence of off-roading, the culture, the people, like meeting people on the trail, meeting good people who just kind of want to get away from stuff and just enjoy being out there and around people and not worrying about, oh man, this guy brought this $20,000 rig, or this guy brought this $500 rig, or this guy brought this $100,000 JK with like all this stupid stuff on it. To us, it doesn't matter. It's just about going places and hanging out and meeting good people. So I think it's disappointing when people kind of try and shift that culture a little bit. And I think when JKs came out and then JLs came out, it kind of did that for a little while. So, but then again, you have the whole Toyota culture too, which is a whole trip because people with Toyotas, I think, are a whole blend of themselves, to say the very least. The Toyota culture versus Jeep culture is completely, it's different.
And yes, there are a lot of really cool Colorado trails, but they're just they're just trails. They're not really off-roading. That's the difference.
That's why everyone wants it right now.
Broomfield, we're actually not very far from Broomfield.
I think you work closer to Broomfield, right?
You do.
I do. Up north? Is it up north?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some of these smaller cities, I still haven't really got a good grasp on where they are. I think that's south.
That's
west.
West of our, like northwest of Arvada. Broomfield, like over there by
I'm gonna look it up.
I think it's a nice place. Like it's a really nice city. North, yeah, that's what I thought. He works north. I work very far south.
So we literally work on the opposite sides of the city. So it's an hour for us, both of us, to get to work, and that's like nonstop driving. It's literally about 50 miles each. So we do drive a bit, but I think it's absolutely worth it. As soon as you hit the mountains, I think it's for sure worth it. Okay, yeah. So he's actually northwest of me.
This is Colorado. You have to love beer. Beer here is a thing.
People
love going to the bars and the distilleries like up in the mountains.
It's very true. Same with Austin was like that. So
it's different here though. I feel like it's more
a
thing.
In the Air Force, I was so I'll give you my military story real quick. So I had no family in the military at all. Nothing. Knew absolutely nothing about it. I honestly thought, and this was ignorance on my end, but I thought people who joined the military were people who got girls pregnant and didn't have any other opportunities, or didn't have any other opportunities in life. So you just joined the military. I just thought that's how it was. I didn't know any better, and that was, like I said, that was my ignorance. And it's one of those things where sophomore year, September 11th hit, and I just remember being pissed off and angry, and I was like, I want to do something. Like let's go fucking fight. Let's do this, And so I was thinking, okay, I want to do something, but I didn't know what to do. Again, I didn't know anything about the military. And I was at a college recruiting fair, and I saw some Marines, and I was like, that is what I want to do. And they freaking hook, line, and sinkered me. They got me. This guy, the Sergeant Platzmere. He's like, man, you want to be awesome? I mean, I'd be in the recruiter's office, and they'd call the other branches and be like, oh man, what's up, you guys? You guys are fucking pussies, and then just hang up, and that was just, and you'd be like, yes, they are. That's so cool. I want to be like you.
This is what I want to do with my life.
I want to be a Marine. And so they got me. I'm eating crayons and glue before I even knew better. And so I was 17, and I go home. I got the brochures. I have everything. And I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm going to be a Marine. I'm joining the Marines. Sergeant Platzmere told me I can get into intel. I can do all these other cool stuff. I can be a sniper. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be a Marine. Mom was like, no, not at all. And I was 17, so I couldn't do anything. And so she basically just shot me down. I even did like this presentation at school. Like we had to do a how-to, and I was like, how to join the Marines. And so I did like this whole presentation because I was like, hey, they'll pay for your school. You get to look cool. You get to be a Marine. And so anyways, 17, she said, no, you're not being a Marine. So I was like, all right, I guess I can't be a Marine. So I go to school. I go there for a semester, and I meet this dude who just got out of the Army. And I'm talking to him. We work in like parking lot security or something, just BS job. And he's like, you wanted to be in the Marines? Are you serious? And I was like, yeah, the Marines, man. Freaking Marines. He's like, dude, you dodged a bullet. You do not want to be a Marine. And I graduated in 2003. So it was like the height of Fallujah. I mean, it was like the shit was going down. And that's when I wanted to join. And he was like, man, don't join the Marines. He was like, don't join the Army either. I just got out of the Army. Do not join the Army. Like, if there's anything you can do, don't join the Marines and don't join the Army. And so he was like, you need to join the Air Force. I was like, the Air Force? Who wants to join the Air Force? Are you sure? He's like, yeah, go join the Air Force. If there's anybody you've ever trusted in your entire life for, join the Air Force. I was like, all right, man. So I went and talked to a recruiter. I started up as air transportation. I picked the shortest tech school because I didn't know any better. And so I ended up for 3 years pushing pallets around, loading planes and stuff. And then long story short, when I got back from Iraq, I was able to cross-train, and that's when I tried out to be a TAC-P, which is 1 Charlie 4, basically a ground forward air controller. So control airstrikes from the ground, run around with the Army, Marines, Navy, whoever needs help. So I tried out for TAC-P, and then basically spent the last 3.5 years doing that. And it was the most badass, most humbling job I've ever had in my entire life. I met people who were just, I don't mean to sound silly, but I mean, just heroes, like people who are going out there doing things that, never get a trophy for, never get a medal for, never get any recognition for, just doing just the most badass things in the entire world, at least in my opinion. And it was just such a humbling experience to be around people like that who just did their job and literally, I mean, just like seriously put themselves in amazing situations that you hear about on TV and stuff. And so that was a great experience for me. So again, I spent the last 3.5 years as a TAC-P and I absolutely loved it. And one of the greatest experiences of my life. You been keeping up?
I am trying to.
Okay, so that's my long story short. So I did 6.5 there with the Air Force.
Nero, where do you live on the coast? And what are you guys going to go camping as your next trip? I think David is going to try.
Well, I got a couple things. I still want to do the Rubicon Trail this summer. Obviously, Sawyer, the baby, is going to dictate that a little bit. And obviously what's going on in the world right now kind of killed a bunch of things. So if I can do the Rubicon Trail, that'd be great. I don't know if I want to try and do it in the Tacoma, but at the same time, I don't mind trying to do it in the Tacoma because that's what we try and do. We wheel rigs and we beat them up and we take them out there and we put them to the test. So if I can do it in Tacoma, I will. But if not that, then I just put in for the draw as Saw Gunner knows. And I posted a video about that. So if I can get drawn, that'd be great. I really want to start just going camping out in the backyard. I mean, literally just in the woods. I want to just honestly disappear for the weekend. Just take some food, a life straw, and just camp out. I mean, that sounds great to me. Just with the compass and an old map would be awesome. I know that sounds silly, but I love that sort of thing. That being in the woods is one of my favorite things, and that's why I moved out here. Keeping up?
Yeah.
Looks like we got 17 people. Thank you.
Hey!
We dropped 16. All right, I shouldn't have said anything.
I know.
It's all good. Anyways, again, thank you guys. 15. That's what I get for
I
pointing it
know.
out.
Don't say anything.
It's all good. It's all good. What are you guys doing? What are you guys all doing right now? How are you guys keeping yourself entertained? I hope everyone is doing well. That's kind of our biggest thing. We hope people, have toilet paper, have food, water, whatever you guys need. I hope everyone's doing well. I know when you said you were stuck in New York, and that I personally would hate to be in a city right now. So I feel for you.
He sold his Corvette.
Which one?
What are you doing in the Air Force? He just joined the Air Force last month.
Oh, that's awesome. Real quick, Gunner, I was in Talifar. I was at Fob Sykes up near Mosul, so about just south of the Syrian border. That was actually the first place I ever saw snow. Was actually in Iraq.
He didn't want to be a Top Gun.
The second place I saw snow was actually at survival school. When I got to survival school, they basically handed me snowshoes and said, "There you go, get out there." And there was like snow everywhere, and I was completely out of my element. So it was a perfect time to go to survival school.
Thank you for the recommendation, Justin. This is our first live video. Next time we will do better.
Yes.
I assure you.
Yes. TQ 2007 and 2008. So I was there 2006, fall of 2006 into spring of 2007 when Saddam was hung. I was in Iraq during that, so that was fun. The whole place was, and no offense to anybody if you're Iraqi, but Iraq is a shithole, so it is what it is. Whole different culture, just different mentality is what it is. So Charleston. Oh man, PCS to Hawaii. That's good stuff. Hawaii.
So whenever we watched Top Gun not that long ago, was that your first time to watch it? Okay, never mind.
No, I'd seen it before. I just didn't remember. It'd been so long, and I was like, "Oh, we gotta watch Top Gun." I don't know. It's kind of like, you ever get in your mind where you're like, "I just got to see this movie right now." That's kind of what happened.
Gunner, thank you for your service.
Yeah, absolutely.
As always.
Even if you're in the Army, it's okay.
Living in Charleston. We looked at Charleston.
Yeah, we did.
We did. It's a nice area.
I heard it floods a lot in Charleston.
Yeah, that's kind of why
very
we steered
humid
away.
And stuff. But
yeah.
We are very much looking forward to
Hawaii would be great.
Yeah, we still want to get a sailboat and do that in the off season. That's kind of still one of our side goals that we don't talk about a lot. But if we'd moved to Charleston or Jacksonville, we were going to try and live in a sailboat.
Buffalo Creek. It's close to us?
It might possibly.
Have you seen Buffalo Creek on your map?
I have not.
Corey's going Buffalo Creek.
Okay.
He says close to us.
Right. Again, there's so many little places and niches and stuff around us that I've been here for a year now, and I should know it better, but I just don't. Excuse me. Oh, I coughed.
Uh-oh. Justin, what are you watching on Netflix? What's your favorite show right now? We are also working from home right now, which is really nice. My boss he is not letting me go to the office. So.
Yeah, he basically told Shay, I don't know if they'll see her again until she has a baby. She might not even go in, so we'll see how it works out. You're a C-17 pilot? Are you serious? C-17s are cool as shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Any pilot. It doesn't matter. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. My biggest regret, not going to JTAC school, not going to airborne school, and I would have loved to jump out of a C-17. That would have been cool. So maybe next time.
Oh, YK's coming elk hunting.
Okay, awesome. Good luck. I am.
He put in his. He submitted for it. We'll see if he gets it.
Yeah, good luck. I put in for deer, elk, and bear. So good luck to you. Also, I've never done the draw here, so I don't know how easy it is to get. So we'll see. I think it's harder to get the animal than the draw, anyway. So.
Corey, what are you making your girlfriend for dinner? That is really sweet. I wish David would cook for me. I spent 5 hours this morning making homemade donuts.
I cannot cook for anything. I just don't have the patience for it. I can sit in the garage literally for 36 hours on the weekend. I can do like a 32-hour road trip there and back on the weekend, but I cannot spend more than 30 minutes in the kitchen. I just don't have the patience for it. I can't do it.
And Nero, thank you for your service as well. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, C-17 pilot. That's freaking cool.
I know. He said he lived on Lakeside Camp TQ.
Okay.
Have you stopped by?
I bet there was a pool there, right? There wasn't a pool there.
Where's Yokota Air Base?
Yokota, that's in Japan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know very much about the military.
I'm pretty sure. I might have just made a fool of myself, but I'm pretty sure Yokota is in Japan.
That's
so.
really neat.
Yep.
I used to run around Saddam's palace. Screw that guy.
Again, I mean, we can have a whole sidebar of military stories. I think it's just one of those things where you just kind of go off on a tangent. The one thing, and last thing I'll say about
what was the best part about his palace? That's what I want to know.
His sitting on his thrones to take a shit.
No, I want to know Gunner's best
I know.
part.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay, so the veteran humor is a whole different thing. Like we try and keep this channel very tame. The stuff I show Shay all the time and stuff is on my phone. She like cannot.
It's intense.
She can't handle it. It's a whole different breed.
Okay, so it only floods downtown, not in the suburbs, Charleston.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Dude, I do want to go sheep hunting.
So, in my opinion, we went to Maui and Honolulu. Honolulu is like a mini New York on an island. And there is way too much traffic, way too many people. But Maui's different.
Honolulu in the city part was definitely a tourist trap.
Yeah.
We went over to
North Shore.
North Shore, and that was really cool. There was nobody over there. That was really
nice.
Neat.
And they had all those little like Hawaiian food stands on the side of the road, and it was great food, and it was nice.
Speaking of which, the one thing I can cook is a mean Spam biscuit breakfast sandwich.
Okay,
that's like the only thing I can cook, and I do that for sure.
Well, because we went to Hawaii, and I couldn't find a good Spam sandwich. They were all not. They were crap, and so we got.
I know
home,
it sounds funny.
And he was like, "I'm gonna make you the best one," and he did. So. Ozark on Netflix. I tried to watch that. I watched half the first season and I couldn't get into it for some reason. Corey works in the ER.
Good for you.
Wow.
Anybody who works police, fire, ER, I feel like you guys do not get enough credit. Teachers, it is such a hard career field and there's just not enough credit because so many people hate on it and you got to deal with parents and just opinions and it's horrible. So everyone's a Google genius and stuff. So I feel for you guys and thank you. Absolutely.
What are you doing in the ER? I'm just curious. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
Let me see. I thought I saw something I missed. Oh, there it was. Justin brought up Tiger Kings.
We watched the first episode.
I couldn't do it. Like I was just like
something.
It's hard enough to feel like America is becoming its own version of the movie Idiocracy. So to watch Tiger Kings and just be like, oh man, like this is what like our country is. So it's kind of hard.
It's over the counter.
It's over the counter. Yeah, you're talking about the sheep, getting the sheep. I think you're talking about getting the sheep, right? I think so. So if you have to shoot into a window, pull the shade down.
Well, this is going to be the baby's room, and so that's why it kind of looks a little cluttered and not put together. So it will have curtains soon. It's just right now it's a little crazy.
Yes. Okay. Now I see what you're saying, Justin. I get that. No, yeah, it does make sense. And I didn't want to do it the other way, so the lighting this way was a little bit better. Again, I really wanted to do this outside, but
it was just
too windy. So I apologize. Just ignore. Is it too bright? Do you want me to shift? I can shift. I can put up a sheet.
You need to read Corey's message.
What did Corey say? Dude, make pesto pasta for her. Dude, I like you. Pesto pasta?
That's too difficult for him.
I can make peanut butter and jelly. No, but seriously, that sounds great. That really does. Shay, would you make that for me?
Oh my god. Do you see?
I love pasta. So if she wants to make that, that's perfect.
Oh, your in-laws are stationed on Hawaii.
Okay.
That's nice.
Tiger King is like Trailer Park Boys, but a real version of it. Yes, it is. Okay, I will talk about Tiger Kings for like 2 seconds for you guys. Who else thought that the lady who has the sanctuary is the biggest hypocrite in the world because she's basically doing the exact same thing as the other guys that she's hating on, and she's making money off of it. She's literally doing the same exact thing. Just me? Or was it, am I the only one who thought, okay. I'm like, what the heck?
I don't know. That's exactly what we thought. That was the first thing we said. Who do you guys wish the baby should look like? I hope she looks like David. David's
Different.
so cute.
We hope she has different features. Like, I don't want her to look like a dude, but I want her to look like a girl. So, I don't know. So I guess it's really just opinion. I really don't mind either way.
I think David is precious. I hope she looks like him.
I appreciate that.
Respiratory is what I do.
Feel
Oh
like
my
I just rolled out
goodness,
of the garage.
Corey. Kind of
Yeah.
like a nurse, but for your lungs. So you're like right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Again, thank you, Corey.
Yes. Home chef is a great meal prep. Okay.
Yeah. We need to do meal prep stuff like that. It's perfect. 35, same here. Those of you curious. Wait, are you laughing?
Changing the subject.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep up here. I'm actually 35 and Shay is 32, 31.
Do they need to know that I'm old?
People who are afraid to talk about their age,
I know.
it's just silly. You are the age you feel, and that's my belief. So
Happy
if you-
birthday, Gunner.
yeah, if you feel like you're in your 20s, I feel like
Wednesday.
we're just getting into our prime. You know, you're always just getting in your prime as long as you have that mentality, and I feel that way. So that's just my thing. So I don't care about age numbers or anything like that. If you want to do something, go out and freaking work your ass off and do it.
Justin's
Make it
right.
happen.
She's not breeding, and that is absolutely true. But she's rescuing big cats from people who are breeding,
Fair enough.
and
fair
then
enough.
people are paying to see them. But you're right. She's not breeding.
Yep. So
So
great point. Great
That's a
point.
very
You're
good
absolutely
point.
right. She's not breeding, but she is housing a lot of tigers and making money off of it.
Mr. Mountain, we have not gotten to her husband dying yet. I did see this meme on I think it was Instagram.
Welcome, Mr. Mountain, by the way.
Yeah.
Welcome,
And it
everybody.
was,
But I just noticed that Mr. Mountain comments quite a bit.
someone put a note on their door, did Carol kill her husband? And then it has yes or no. And whoever believes yes or no puts the packages. Like
Oh,
UPS
like the
puts
Amazon
it
guy?
for yes or no. I thought that was hilarious.
I like the one that said Carol is the OJ of the present. I agree with that, based off what I've seen. So
Let's see. She's not breeding. Yeah, we read that one.
it does get really crazy. It's a crazy time. So
Spoiler alert.
it is
Yeah,
what it
for
is.
sure.
Yep.
Oh, he's 23. Nero's 23. It's okay. Like I said, I've been seeing memes about it. How can you not get on social media and see basically everything about Tiger King?
So, question for you guys: your significant others, aka girls, are they into like serial killer stuff and like murderers and
I really love listening to podcasts about that.
I think that's a girl thing. Is that that can't just be me. I think it's I don't know what these girls are plotting. Like you mentioned, where was it? Yes, Justin P. She probably did toss him into a cage, let the cat do the work. Because there's no evidence, right, Shay? How do you get rid of evidence? Like, how would you get rid of a body?
You don't kill anybody. That's how you avoid that.
So, again,
Oh my gosh.
could just be me. It's just my opinions. So,
Up and vanished. Okay, let's talk about that. Whenever he did the story on Tara Grinstead, that was amazing. And then the one he did about this little small town in Colorado, like a hippie town, it was okay, but it wasn't as good. It kind of seems like he's trying to figure out what to do for his next big episode, big season. But that was good. That Up and Vanished, he's good.
Rags. I would rather watch 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, different movie, different genre. I would rather watch 50 Shades of Grey than How to Kill Your Husband and Get Away with It.
Oh my gosh.
Just my opinion, though.
Oh my gosh. He actually enjoyed 50 Shades of Grey. He took me to see it.
I mean, what's
The
not?
first one, I think.
There's a lot of good things to watch about those movies. So, I mean, I'm
Oh
just
my
saying.
gosh.
Sorry about that. If you watch my hunting video, you know no, I'm not gonna say that.
Lozen? Is your name Lozen? That's really neat. He says, hi from California. How are you doing?
California. Man, that's a whole nother subject right there. So props to you and thank you for watching our channel. We appreciate that a lot.
Yes, Billy, he did give up effort. It was like he kind of went into it and then he just died out. And I feel like there was a good story there, but he fizzled out. I don't know what he's doing.
Kill Bill 1 and 2, also great. Quentin Tarantino, great director. I like that sort of movie. Shay hates it because I'm always putting on that sort of like assassin, like ghost videos. It's just kind of, I just appreciate that sort of thing.
I like them, but whenever we watch them 8 nights in a row, it gets a little too much.
It is what it is.
I get scared sometimes too. And when I first started listening,
I hear you, Billy. I hear you.
What did I say?
He said, "What I do in the camper is my own business."
Oh my gosh.
Hey, when Moose was in there, we ran through peanut butter all the time. I have no idea. It was just peanut butter just disappear. Shay went there, Moose and peanut butter.
Just taking out jars of peanut butter to the trash.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was a good movie. That was a great
What
movie.
was that?
That was one you didn't like the ending. It was about Manson. Twist.
Oh, so the
Really good
movie
movie?
was great, but I didn't like the ending.
Yeah.
I understand they were making it, better than the reality. But
I'm not into football. Personally,
he hates
I'm just
any sport except for Supercross.
Yeah, we watched Supercross, which is the indoor motocross season, which is obviously on hold right now. But just not into football. It's just not my thing. I'm not gonna get on a tangent or anything, but I can't stand the drama behind football players. You're making millions of dollars and you can complain about stuff. Anybody who's in that profession should just appreciate the opportunity, in my opinion. If I was a pro anything, I would just be super pumped to be, to have fans, to be able to get paid to play a sport. I think that'd be great. I wouldn't act like a little bitch about it all the time. Personally, again, that's just my opinion though.
Yeah.
And it's just different backgrounds. I just feel like I don't know.
I do like Peyton Manning though. I will say that. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Shay loves that Patriots quarterback. What's his name?
Peyton Manning.
No.
Oh, Patriots. Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I can't stand him. I cannot.
Shay can talk to you guys about sports all day. Me, I'm just like, I have no idea.
Sorry, I was reading Bronco and you said, and no, I don't like Tom Brady.
Spaceballs, yes. Classic movie.
It's not cheating if it's your dog. Cody, I beg to differ.
Yeah. Or, yeah. With
I've
3
never
dogs.
seen Spaceball.
You haven't seen Spaceballs?
Spaceballs, no.
I don't know if she would like Spaceballs though.
Justin, I know the ending, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, isn't real.
Trust me, she knows every murderer story. She knows all about serial killers. She knows how Manson.
I was saying, I felt like they were alternating the ending, changing the ending of the movie, so it was better than the actual reality that happened with Charles Manson. I can't talk.
Yeah. Yes. Also excited about the new Bronco. She actually really likes it.
What do I like?
The new Bronco. I think it would be great if they came out with a solid front axle. I've just become a solid front axle fan more and more with the last vehicles we've had. But I understand the IFS. I
thought he was talking about the Ford Bronco.
I was saying the Ford Bronco.
No, up here. Are we Broncos fans yet?
Oh.
Were you talking about like the Ford Bronco? I thought you were talking about the Denver Broncos.
I think he was talking about Broncos.
Okay.
But we got off on a tangent with the Bronco.
Okay.
So Shay likes the new Bronco.
I do. I really want one, but I probably won't get one.
I kind of like the new Defender in like a pretentious type of way. Like if I had that much money, I would buy a new Defender. I still prefer the old one. But if I had the money, I'd buy a new Defender as well.
The Bronco is great. I really like the 2-door.
Yes, I know I should have bought a Gladiator. But, and here, I've told you guys a million times, the reason I didn't buy a Gladiator was because the price. It was way too expensive. We were trying to live in 2 states. We honestly couldn't afford it. And I think it would have been a great rig, but I couldn't get over the back end of it. To me, and I'm going to be the first to say this, so there's going to be memes about this in the future, but to me, the Gladiator looks like a mullet from the side. It has like that. Like up front, it's like totally suave, but in the back, it just has that
it's
like
totally
bush.
suave.
Yes, it has that bush chopped off So it looks like a mullet to me. I still like it, and I still want to get on. I've been trying to convince Shay a diesel.
I like the Bronco.
A diesel
I like the
Gladiator.
Bronco better than the Gladiator.
Okay, that's fair.
So YK, let me share a little secret about my husband. He loves Nicholas Sparks books.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, it is. And I love the movie 300.
That's not true.
Exactly, Justin. Peyton's where it's at. Brady, he's just.
You talking about the old Defender or the new Defender? The new Defender is pretty round, and it's one of those. Again, it's one of those rigs where I know I'd buy it and it'd be perfect for like driving to work, but I would hate to want to modify it because it has so much limitations, and I'd be frustrated with it as well. I'd be like, I can't do anything with this. Plus, it's too expensive to mod anyways. So, but an old Defender, definitely on the list. Absolutely, I would love to get an old Defender. Same thing. If I could find one that I could afford, I'd hop on that all day.
Justin, David actually does like soccer, real soccer.
I don't like women's soccer.
He likes women's soccer. He's not like the men's soccer. He
And
will
again-
watch the women's soccer all day.
Men's
He wants the baby to play soccer.
soccer, I can't watch it because why are they falling down all the time? Like, why are you constantly like? And the guy falls on the ground crying. Like, I don't get it. Like, play your sport. Women's soccer. Women's soccer I like because they're like passionate about it until the whole political stuff. That drives me crazy. It's like, again, if you're going to represent a country, appreciate the opportunity the country has given you. Don't become political about it. I think that you should keep that completely separate. So again, my opinions on professional sports, I feel like
Mullet
people
with the soft top.
bring too much politics into that. So
Is the 2021 4Runner going to have a turbo?
I don't know if it is. It really just depends on if they do a 4-cylinder. I think all the 4-cylinders now are coming with turbos, but I don't think the 6-cylinder will come with a turbo stock. So I'm interested to see, as long as they keep the 4.0 or a better engine, if they can come up with a better engine for the 4Runner and the Tacoma with more torque and better fuel efficiency, I think they'll really have something. But the 4Runner just, I feel like it was better than Tacoma engine wise, but it was really just missing that miles per gallon, and just it was missing the oomph there too. How did we get 50,000 subscribers? Very slowly.
It's taken years.
Very patiently. And again, our channel, there's a couple channels out there that do really well, really fast. And there's some really good channels. So you got people like Julian Rebecca, I think, is that her name, with the Tacoma? She does really well, but she does good content. She off-roads a lot. She has great stuff on her Tacoma. It's a great channel. You got Bleepin' Jeep, who does amazing things. Last Line of Defense, I think he lives right near, does great things, and they all have a lot of subscribers. I don't like channels like, and I know some of you guys may be fans, but I don't like channels like Light Bright, where they pimp off the girl to make a bunch of subscribers and stuff like that.
But let's be clear, he's pimped me off in some of the videos.
A couple times, but I mean, when it gets too far like that, I bring it back. I just don't like it. I mean, there's a way to get a lot of subscribers. It's not that difficult. Again, and I just use Light Bright as an example. I'm not bashing on
thanks,
them.
Rags. He said our
because-
channel is way better than Light Bright.
And I appreciate that. Our channel has always been really authentic and just real, and I think that's kept us down on our subscriber count, which is fine. But we've never just made movies for the masses and just to kind of, and whatever is popular and stuff like that. And I feel like, again, there's ways to get 100,000 subscribers. There absolutely, but we've just never followed that. It's just we've never been sheep. We're not sheep, so we don't just do that. So
Hero has a friend
for us, it's been slow.
he has a friend that has a shop that imports Defenders from the UK and then puts V8s in them here.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, again, and there's so much money to be made in that. Going back to, I'd love to have a shop, and that's kind of been my dream. So if we could do that in the future, that'd be great. I'd really like that. And anybody who's doing that, good on you, because it's awesome. It's a great gig.
I can't wait to see what the next 4Runner looks like. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah. I really miss our 4Runner.
The GMC Sierra.
Mm-hmm. What about?
Billy likes that one.
Oh yeah, I've been telling Shay, if I could get rid of the Tacoma right now and get a Silverado and then just have a FJ80 or a tow rig or something, or like I mentioned recently, that Comanche my
Comanche.
brother has. I think that'd be really fun. I really want to do the Comanche for a couple reasons. A, because I feel like I haven't done a full ground up build, and I think that would be fun because it's literally just a body on top of a frame, so I get to do every nut and bolt and build it up. And I'd kind of want to do something fun with it, like maybe do an LS swap in it or something, or do some fun axles. And Shay's just like watching the dollar signs go. And I'm literally watching axle videos all day today to try and figure out what axles will be best for it.
And he's so focused and in the zone, and I keep asking him if he's okay, and he's like, "Yes, I'm okay." Like, are you sure?
I just started thinking about stuff, and again, go back to veteran thing. You kind of just bottle your emotions up, and you just start thinking about stuff all day, and you just forget that you have to express yourself a little bit and show your personality.
Corey's gonna look at Light-Bright just for shits and giggles. He's intrigued.
There's a video I think they have called "We Flipped Our FJ," and their thumbnail picture is actually our thumbnail picture from when I filmed.
They did not ask.
It's not a big deal.
It is.
I don't care.
Not doing anything about it, but it bothers me.
It doesn't bother me.
I know, but it bothers me.
Things just don't bother me in life. Like comments and stuff. You just it is what it is. So you just have to kind of move on. But anyways, they used our picture from our video where we recovered a flipped over FJ at Hidden Falls FJ80, and so I found it neat.
Thank you, buddy. We really appreciate that.
And they're great people. I'm sure they are. It's just my opinions on how to grow a channel, and it's just not our way of doing things. So.
Do you follow TFL Car Truck?
Yes. And again, I am a great builder or any car on the side of the road as a 16-year-old, because if I didn't fix it, I couldn't get to school. Like on the side of the road as a 16-year-old, because if I didn't fix it, I couldn't get to school. I couldn't get to work. And that's how I learned to work on vehicles. My first car was a 1976 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, which I wish I'd kept. And a whole list of cars I wish I'd kept. But I learned how to work on it. Just like I said, the fuel pump go out. Okay, it's not starting. I have to figure it out, or I can't get to work. The starter stopped working. Okay, well, what's the starter now? I learned out of necessity, and that's kind of helped me be able to wrench away.
Relic Imports is Nero's.
Okay, I've heard of Relic Imports. I actually have. That's actually really cool. If they have any Defenders lying around that they need to get rid of, just call us. We'll help them build something. So I will absolutely do the labor for free.
Jason, we really like Colorado. At this point, I don't think I could ever get David to move back to Texas.
No. I came over here and I drank the water as fast as I could. I should have been born in Colorado.
That's what he tells everybody. He's like, I was born to be here.
Yes, I was born to be in the mountains. I was born to be in the woods. I was born to live in a small A-frame, and this is exactly where I want to be. If we could have a little cabin in Alaska, that'd be great too, or Canada. But I just like the mountains. I like not being in the city, and I love Colorado. It's been great.
It's really great. Nice. It's really nice.
Now, if it would just stop snowing all the time, that would be pleasant. But it's not going to. Yes, David, I absolutely do want to do the Comanche. I was just talking to my brother about it, and hopefully that's the goal. We'll see if I can get it over here. I might have to. Again, funds are kind of tight right now, so I have to try and figure out how to buy it from him and then get it over here. So if I can make it work financially, then I absolutely will, because I think it'd be a really fun project. So, and plus I'll be out there. I don't have a garage, so it makes it even more fun. The harder it is, the more doing lifts and swaps in
the more he likes it. An apartment parking
lots, when
the asphalt is melting because it's the middle of summer in Texas.
So hot. So I like to really feel like you're alive when you're doing stuff like that.
Lizen wants to know, when this COVID-19 is over, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
I don't know.
Because
this almost feels normal now. And I love working from home. For me, it's like if I could be locked up in Evergreen in my house on this land, thank you. You know what I mean? I go do laps around. I go walk in the woods. I think it's great.
He goes running like Moose.
Yeah, go running, go on rucks around the neighborhood. I think it's awesome. So I don't know. I would probably definitely go on the trails though, especially since the snow has melted. Maybe go to Moab. Anybody want to go to Moab? Let's let's do it.
He also wants to know what we think or what you think about the Wrangler jail having all kinds of issues.
I think that's just how it is. It's unfortunate that Fiat and Chrysler are kind of going through their learning curve, which is kind of silly because they've been doing this for years. But I honestly think that Jeep needs to become its own brand and kind of go out just like Ram did. And I think if they did that and just focus on the Jeep brand itself, I think that would really help out versus Fiat trying to run it. I think that would go a long ways. I think you'd get rid of a lot of that. But again, I mean, you're always going to have sensor issues. You're always going to have recalls and stuff like that.
Well, it's a new model too.
Yeah. I mean, I would love a diesel JL or something like that. That'd be great.
He was a diesel Gladiator.
Yeah. I just think the diesel, we're sold on the diesels. Shay's X5 is a diesel, and we got that specifically. And towing, it tows so much better than Tacoma. Gas mileage is like 27.
It's 30.
Yeah, like 30
it's
miles.
Minimum 30.
It's amazing. I mean, for what it is, it's just a beast. So.
And yes, Justin, it is plagiarism to make money off of someone else.
Yeah,
and that's what they did.
They're not making money off of us. It's just a thumbnail picture. Again,
Justin, you and I were on the same page.
This is my theory on life. If things just don't bother me, I don't have time to be unhappy. I don't have time to be unpleasant. You just have to move on and keep living your own life and just be happy. That's I like to be happy. So.
Hi, John from New York. We hope you are also doing safe.
Yes.
Doing safe. Sorry. Hope you're doing well and you are staying safe as well.
Yes, the Land Cruiser 70 is a really cool model as well. I'm sold on the Land Cruisers, except for after the FJ80 when it kind of got a little bit too Gucci. But Land Cruisers are absolutely great. I really am. I really like this.
Imitation is a form of flattery. I do agree with that.
Yep.
But I feel like they stole from us because we're a smaller channel and we wouldn't notice.
No, they borrowed it because it was a great picture that it
borrowed. They borrowed. Are they giving it back?
Again, it's totally fine.
Anyways.
If any of you guys want pictures from our channel and stuff, you have by all means, you can use whatever you want. Doesn't bother us. Doesn't bother me. It obviously bothers.
It doesn't bother me. There's some videos where I look a little scanty.
There's like two.
Is it choppy?
Is what choppy?
Is our video choppy, guys? Is it getting any better?
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. Maybe we haven't moved anything, so I hope that's okay. And I saw 25 people at one point, so that was great too.
Justin, I am going on my 4th week of working from home, and I am also going stir crazy because being as pregnant as I am, David is not letting me go anywhere at all.
This whole experience would be completely different
and I get it
if she wasn't pregnant.
But I'm going a little nuts.
Yeah. Hold on, I missed something.
It's okay again. Okay, good.
Yes, I wish I had my FJ80 as well. My buddy has it on near Grand Junction, and he just took it out again. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad you have it, but I'm so disappointed I don't have it anymore. But I'm really glad it went to a good friend because it's in great hands. Our old 4Runner, our 3rd gen 4Runner, and the FJ80 are both in Grand Junction, and they're both in absolutely great hands. I couldn't have wished them to be at better places because their owners are great people, and the rigs are great, and they're running around the mountains like billy goats. So.
And Billy, yes, Moose is silly. He has moved on from rocks to blankets
and pine cones. The dude, he is a freaking vegan. As soon as he goes outside, he eats everything on the ground. Acorns, pine cones, grass, dirt, mud, ice, snow. If it's on the ground, he's going to eat it. So it's just what Moose does.
Corey, where did y'all stay in Moab?
Yeah, and you guys got super lucky because Moab, as you know, is completely shut down. You can't even visit there now. So I'm glad you guys made it out there before they shut everything down because that's really unfortunate. I get it, and I'm really glad that they're keeping the locals safe and everything. I absolutely understand that, and good for them. But it is unfortunate that it had to be done.
Hi, Killa. Welcome to our chat. It's mostly good. Okay.
I feel like I am just chill. You are chill.
I don't think they are subscribed to us. I think the video.
Who? Are we still talking about Lightbright?
He said something.
Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up.
I don't think they're subscribed to us. I think.
Again, I'm sure they're great people. I was just using it as an example.
It's an exciting video, so I'm sure they just came across it and they just thought they'd borrow it.
Yeah, it is cool because we I don't know if you guys saw the video, but this basically I just blown I just blown another tire off the bead on the long wheelbase Comanche, and we were trying to fix that, and this girl comes walking up to us out of the woods, and she's like, "Hey, do you guys have a tow strap?" And we're like, "Okay, a tow strap? What do you mean?" And so we're like, "Yeah, we have a tow strap. What do you guys need?" Because again, we help people out as much as possible on the trail. So like, well, what do you guys need? I'm just fixing a tire. We can come help you tow something. And they're like, well, yeah, we might just need to borrow a tow strap. So all right. So we walk down there, and their FJ80 is literally on its side in like this super narrow crevice, and these guys have no resources or nothing. So we spend a good 2 hours, I want to say,
At least.
helping them out and getting it out of there. So me, when I go out on a trail, I dedicate, half the time to helping someone down when they break down or helping someone down in a situation. It happens. It's part of the experience, and it's part of the fun. I like to be able to solve problems. So a lady at my job, she accidentally hit a curb, threw the tire off the bead when it was icy about 2 months ago. And literally in the freaking snow and ice, we got out there and I strapped her tire up and put it back on the bead and reset it and everything. And it was cool. I just like to be able to do stuff like that. It's kind of like, man, I was able to help somebody out. It makes me, I don't know, it's just kind of nice.
And Justin, we actually don't have dial-up. We actually have really good internet, but we're upstairs. So I think that might be what the problem is.
Well, I tested out further out too, and so it worked out fine. But
if it starts getting choppy again, please say something.
Yeah, I'll try and knock on it or something. Help out.
There. Oh, y'all went there illegally? Yeah, supposedly Moab isn't letting anyone in their city. Like, I don't know. They're completely shut off.
Cody, I'm going to call bullshit on your comment. You would not have traded your vet for our FJ80. He's got it's a 1969 427 4-speed.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yes.
Cody,
chrome bumper, split window.
You're
yes.
a liar.
Yeah.
You are a liar.
You're full of shit. I would have traded you though. If you'd been serious, I would have absolutely done it, but you're full of shit. That's funny. That's funny.
Jason, we are in Evergreen.
Yeah. Evergreen.
But we're up in the mountains. We're not down in the city Evergreen. We're further up.
Yeah, Evergreen's at about 7,200 and we're up at 8,000. Honestly, as soon as we drove into Evergreen the first time, I told Shay, I was like, this is it. Like, this is where we're moving. And it's been perfect ever since. So
yeah. We're all caught up.
So we appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been difficult not working with the garage, especially with the weather. I had to do Shay's brakes and it was just on the ice and stuff, but excuse me. Been making it work. And again, I don't mind it at all. So it all works out. It's been nice. The one thing I do hate though is my motorcycle, since we don't have anywhere to put it, it's kind of out there under a tree. So I keep it wrapped up and it's been doing great. But as soon as the ice and snow comes in, like I can't get it out and I can't ride. So I took it out today. Fortunately, got to ride it a little bit, but it's been I
think once he gets a project vehicle though, like an actual project vehicle, and he's having to work out not in a garage, his whole view of not having a garage is going to change.
Canopy.
It is going to change.
Make it work. At least it won't be 100 degrees. The worst install I ever had to do was on the white Jeep, the original white Jeep that we had. It was a great Jeep. I should have kept it. But I did the lift in the apartment's parking lot, and it was so hot outside that the jack stands were melting into the asphalt, and the whole Jeep was leaning because I couldn't do the lift fast enough. I mean, that's the only time I've actually felt like I was really had heat exhaustion. But literally, the jack stands were seriously melting into the asphalt. And that sucked. So at least I don't have to deal with
He started that Saturday morning, first thing in the morning, and then I don't think you finished until the next day at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was just one of those things.
It was a long process.
It was really rough. So it sucked. CO2 options for airing up in the Via Air. I like the Via Air just because I don't have to ever refill it. It's slower than CO2. Excuse me. It is slower. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's like a death sentence. He's threatening me. He's threatening me.
I like that CO2 is faster, but the Via Air, to me, I just like the fact that I don't ever have to refill it, and I always consistently have it. And it's never let me down so far. In fact, I used it today multiple times. So for me, the Via Air has just been consistently reliable. It's small, it's compact, and I can take it everywhere. I've used it That's what I used to actually reseat the bead on that lady's Subaru tire that went off the bead. So it's treating me right. So I'll continue to keep that.
Oh, Tim, that is so sweet. Where did y'all live in Colorado? Where do you live now? I'm curious where you went.
Yeah.
Will we build a garage?
I don't know, because
it's gonna be expensive.
Shay feels like the house is a little bit too small. I love the size of the house, but I understand just wanting a little bit more space.
Well, here's my thing.
Okay.
We're just under 900 square feet. We have 2 Rottweilers, and we're about to have a baby.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
It's a little cramped.
It is a little bit, but it is what it is. I think it's.
I don't want to leave
it's
Evergreen.
cozy.
I just need a little bit bigger home.
Yeah, so what we're thinking about doing is maybe making this into a rental, and then just getting a place with a garage. So I don't think we'll ever make a full garage here. Our driveway is kind of really difficult to turn around in anyways. So if anything, we were thinking about doing like a carport style thing, so we'd have a cover. So I think that might be in the future.
If we did a garage, we would have to dig into the mountain, and that's just too expensive.
Yeah, so I think for us, like I said, a carport here would be perfect. I'll do a cover for sure, but we won't do a full garage at this location.
Cody, he is drinking Weller 12.
Yes.
Hey, Hannah! Hannah's here.
Yes, so we're doing some Hannah, talk about a throwback.
Gee. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, it's Hannah. Please tell me the story on the cows. Like,
what?
Whose cows are these? Her videos, she's always with the cows.
I skipped a lot of people.
Hannah spends more time with cows than I think people, and I appreciate it.
My grandparents have 14 cows, 15. They just had a baby calf. So I don't know how that's relevant, but.
I know there's a few OGs here, but Hannah is like, we had like 10 subscribers and Hannah was there. So thank you so much. You, Hannah, you're like a true Austin girl too. I love it.
Gunnar, what is Little Las Vegas in New Mexico? Just curious.
That sounds like a place I don't want to go to at night. Personally.
Have you seen the guy again that asked to see your butthole?
That's a great question. It's a great question.
Oh, man.
But a different guy came by and gave me some wet wipes. I won't tell you what I had to do for these, because these are more higher commodity. So I did not show him my butthole. Showed him other things.
Bye, Lizen. Thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for coming out. So.
What are you drinking? In-laws who started
yeah.
raised beef cattle. My grandparents, they're definitely pets. They started with one, and it was supposed to be, they retired, they moved out into the country, and they were going to raise them, sell them, the whole thing. And then they couldn't get rid of her, and she just had her baby. That's the one that just had a baby. So they keep their cows. They love their cows. They're pets.
Nero, you haven't lived until you've lived off MREs and wet wipes. Okay?
You need wet wipes when you have MREs.
I mean, wet wipes to shower.
Oh.
A wet wipe bath and eating MREs. I know Saul Gunner knows about that life. Yes, wet wipes and MREs. That's like the shower and the food. Okay, Hannah, don't take this the wrong way, but that real natural hair look, that Austin girls all have, like you totally rock that, and it looks really good. So I call it the Austin hair, and I just love it. So you are my. I don't know how to talk to people sometimes.
You're just funny. He's so funny.
But yes, so wet wipes. Katrina, I learned during Hurricane Katrina, I got deployed, and that was my first real life experience into, oh shit, this can happen really quick. And I learned to live off wet wipe baths. So
hey, do what you gotta do.
We
bring wet wipes every time we go camping.
Yeah, clean what has hair and move on. So so they teach you at basic.
She's always with the cows.
I told you she's always with the cows.
You're a property manager? That's what I did before we left Austin. In Dripping Springs? Oh, that's such a pretty place to be a property manager. Hannah, you're so sweet.
Shay's got like a fan crush on you since like the beginning. So it's like it's a reverse fan crush.
You don't have to say that. I mean,
So we
it's
appreciate
true,
that.
but
Yes. So anyway, all builds aside, like if you could see us do any type of build, what would it be? I'm really eyeing a Humvee too.
Bronco!
I would love to go on Gov Planet and get us a Hummer, a Humvee. I think that would be great. That's kind of in the that's on the top of the list too. There's 3 vehicles that are on the top of my list, and the Humvee is one of them. I just think it'd be a lot of fun.
There's a guy right down the road that has a black Humvee.
Well, his is an actual H1, so he's got the actual like
I was wrong.
straight up Hummer. So really cool. But I think a Humvee would be really fun. I don't know if another JK would be a lot of fun. I think they're the perfect rig. Out of all the Jeep genres, I think the JK is a steal of a buy if you're looking for that and if you need some. So
You've just done so many JKs.
yeah, I agree. Why do you like the solid front axle? I like the solid front axle because of the articulation you get and the being able to keep a wheel on the ground. The IFS is great. It's so smooth, especially on these rocky trails and everything. I really wish we had our 4Runner. I might complain about Toyotas less if we did, but I don't like always constantly being teetering with IFS as much as you do, as little as you do with a solid front axle. So for me to be able to flex it out and have that wheel on the ground gives stability more so, versus when you're trying to shove your wheel in the air with like an IFS or something. I just feel like it helps a lot. So when you wheel with the H3 or a 4Runner or something like that, or Hummer, you notice that they're always shooting a wheel up and they're always dancing around, versus when you go with a solid front axle, you can keep the rig more level. So that's just my opinion. That's why I like it more. Plus, I think it looks cooler, personally. And it's a lot easier to work on, in my opinion. A lot cheaper. You can do a lift on a solid front axle vehicle so much less expensive than you can with the IFS. I think you save a lot of money. You get more bang for your buck. Just my opinion.
Whenever we had our lime green H3, we really enjoyed it and liked it, but he really wanted an Alpha.
Yes. The H3 was basically our second main vehicle, off-roading vehicle. We started with the YJ and then went to the H3, and I really liked it. It's a whole different culture, the Hummer guys. It's different because there's very few actual off-roading Hummer people versus the whole 26-inch wheels and 2 18s in your trunk culture. So there's a very small Hummer culture off-roading, and it's just a really good culture. So I appreciate it. And the Alpha, you get the LS engine, and it's so much better. So in all aspects, that 5-cylinder that they put in the H3, if they put a 6-cylinder like the Toyota, I think they would have been really able to compete with the FJ. Plus the H3 IFS, you're always breaking tie rods. If you have the front locker, you're always trashing your front diff. So it had its fault. I think they could have.
Hi, JJ.
I think they could have really done some good things with that. So I think they missed out, but maybe they'll come back with it. I don't know. Maybe Fiat will buy a Hummer, and they'll create some Fiat Hummers.
We bought the green Hummer from a Fiat dealership.
I hope Fiat doesn't buy a Hummer. I don't think that would ever happen. So.
Would you do a solid front axle on a Humvee?
If I had Humvee, I wouldn't. I would leave it exactly how it is. I like the way their axles are set up, and I just think the whole design of that is really good, especially how they have the brakes in. I was never a Hummer mechanic, a Humvee mechanic, so I don't know the terminology and everything behind it all. But I just like how their suspension is set up for it, and I wouldn't do a solid front axle swap on a Humvee, because then do you do it in the rear too? I don't know. I wouldn't do it in the rear. Do you do it in the rear too? Shay is like, we went and got Mexican food the other day, and they were like, "Oh, do you want margaritas?" And Shay's like, "Oh, please, margaritas, wine." She's like dying right now. So, but yes. So no, on an H3, yes, absolutely. We know people that have done solid front axle swaps on the H3s, and they're great. So yeah, I would definitely do it on an H3 though. I think again, H3, that's a steal of an off-roader. If you want to buy an H3, you can buy one for under $10,000 now. Do a solid front axle swap, do an LS swap, make it into your own Alpha. you have a great platform. You can't see out of it because the windows are this big.
Aren't the Alphas diesel?
No, the Alphas are the V8, the LS
Oh,
engine.
okay. My bad.
Hello, Janice.
Hi, niece.
Yes, I know. I know that I wouldn't like that part. But on the flip side, you're in a Humvee. Like, I'll take that one with it. So it's got the diesel. You're in a Humvee. Yeah. Plus, I just like the rawness of it. It's just a raw vehicle. Just kind of uncomfortable. You're out there.
Yes.
So something Shay probably wouldn't like.
Yes, Justin, we do still have snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot is starting to melt, but we have snow coming this week. So
yeah, you can kind of see out the window now a little bit as it gets darker. Yeah.
I have a 5th gen 4Runner. No.
Is it Tacoma panty dropper? No. If you want to drop some panties, keep your 4Runner.
Oh my gosh.
The Tacoma is I don't want to say that. I don't want to sound mean, but it is a funny joke. The Tacoma is like a Depends diaper dropper more than a panty dropper. I'm sorry. But that is funny.
Keep your 5th gen.
Yes, yeah. Keep your 5th gen 4Runner for sure. Or if you have a 2nd gen Tacoma, keep that because you have the 4.0. Got a better engine. It's just a good rig. So keep that set up. Shay keeps reaching for a glass like she has wine in it. So she does.
That is the first time I've reached. I don't.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
And if anyone is watching who we've met in person, thank you again for reaching out to us. It's very humbling for me to have someone come up to us and just say hi. Because of the negative comments we get, it's always nice when someone's like, hey man, I appreciate, or you helped me out with this. I didn't know how to do that. So thank you for explaining that. So I appreciate that. So if you ever see us, please stop us. Don't be weird about it. But just say hi. What, like, you know what I'm talking about?
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Some people are just socially awkward, and that's okay.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
But yes, keep your Tacoma. I mean, your 4Runner. Yes. Yeah, I was watching those 4Runner videos that I just posted on the last one on the 4Runner versus Tacoma, and watching that 4Runner dive into that that waterfall section, it was just really cool to watch. It was scraping the whole time and stuff, but just a really fun rig. Again, another one of those rigs where you can't see out of. If they can make a front-facing camera, a factory option on that, or if they have already, that is like money. Put one on there, and you'll be gold. So, front-facing camera.
When are we coming to the East Coast?
I
really don't know.
I honestly don't know. I wouldn't mind going back to the East Coast. It seemed like a lot of the trails were more swampy. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but like wet. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So this is stuff I always have to edit out the videos. Does that sound right? A wet trail? But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm really interested. When I was at the schoolhouse for TAGP, there was a guy who was from New York, and this dude was more of a redneck than anybody I'd ever met from Texas. He always wore a cowboy hat and boots, and I was like, dude, where are you from? Like, I'm from New York. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, it rode my tractor to school in high school on the last day and stuff. I mean, so there's farms and there's trails and stuff out there. So Bud can't stand it. So if you got good trails, then yeah, absolutely, let us know. I'm always down. Email me, or Instagram Messenger is the best place. I talk to so many people on Instagram. It's ridiculous. If you ever just want to shoot the shit, ask Cody. We talk all the time. So if you ever want to talk on Instagram, that's the place to talk.
Cody, thank you for having a drink for me. Could you have like 4?
I'm ready. It's getting dark. I feel like
3rd gen versus 2nd gen Tacoma.
2nd gen all the way. 2nd gen, much better engine. I mean, people are still selling 2nd gen Tacomas for like $20,000. I don't get it. Yeah, if you have a 2nd gen, by all means, keep that sucker. Maybe the 4th gen. Toyota really needs to come out with something great for 4th gen, because if not, they're going to really drop the ball. So they have a lot of hype to live up to at this point. Yeah, see, water crossing. I don't mind water crossings to an extent. Water makes me nervous. just because that is the destroyer of all things. Like you will just kill a vehicle with water real quick. So
Evie, a wet trail is like a muddy trail.
yes, not like when you
like
shave
water crossing. Don't
the air.
Don't.
Like from your belly button.
Okay. That's a happy trail.
Which could lead to a wet trail.
The front camera was a third mod we did. Nice.
Yes. Like I said,
Very nice.
when we were on Hell's Revenge, I think Shay would have loved to have a front camera because I mean there were times where you're just like, I have no idea where I'm going.
I walked most of the time.
I'd literally put it in park and walk the trail because I have no idea what to do after this because I can't see over this. I have no idea what's coming up. So.
YK, that's exactly what I say.
What?
That the negative comments, they're just unhappy with themselves, asking for attention.
Honestly,
that's
don't
exactly
get it.
how I feel.
And you know what? It's really weird. And
it's sad.
It was the most recent video where I did the 5 things I dislike about the Tacoma. And I don't know what happened, but it was just like people came out of the woodworks and just annihilated that video. And I don't understand why. It seemed like so many people took everything that I said personally and they took offense to it. And I was like, I didn't understand. I was like,
well, people have their vehicles that they're committed. You know, we're very open-minded.
And I'm just trying the facts. I mean, if you can't toss 37s in a stock, and I'm going to tell you, hey, if you want to do 37s, it's not going to work out without a lot of modification. I just want you to know. And then people's like, hey man, why'd you talk shit about me? And I'm like, I didn't. I was just telling you. I'm sorry. So.
Hannah says, not sure what the Austin girl hair is, but I'll take it.
Austin girl hair is like when, it's just like,
it's just natural.
It's just like this natural
and
beauty.
It's really pretty.
It's like Ariel hair, like mermaid hair. It's just that natural look to it. And it looks great. So.
Bye, Hannah.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate that a lot.
A Hidden Falls trip. Would we be interested?
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to. We have a lot of friends still in Houston. A lot of people still in Austin, San Antonio that we're real friends with. And I'm absolutely down for it. I would love to. Again, we're kind of, having to take vacation time right now with the baby and everything. It's kind of messing with some stuff. And Rubicon Trail is the top #1 trip that I want to do right now, besides like a weekend or to Moab or something. But I would like to do a Hidden Falls trip, but Rubicon Trail is absolutely at the top. So if I can do that, that's where we'll go. If anybody wants to come down, absolutely for it.
Bye, Corey.
Yes. Thank you. Again, I know people are coming in and out of this, and we just really appreciate it.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's vacuuming before his girlfriend gets home.
Nice.
You're a real MVP. Seriously.
Nice. Well, Sunday. Netflix and chill, bro.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they don't have anything better to do. The negative comments, they're just bored, and they're hidden behind a computer, so... If it was face to face, they would never say that. So
no, and here's the thing too. When people talk to you in the third person when they comment, it's obvious that they're talking and making a comment to someone that they don't even think exists or reads their comment. So
they don't think you're gonna respond.
Instead of saying, "Hey, bro," for example, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot." Okay, versus like this guy's a fucking idiot. So it's like, I mean, it's kind of one's more directive.
Thanks, Bender. Hope you have a great night as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Bridgeport, Louisiana?
Shay's basically from Louisiana.
I'm not from Louisiana.
She's from the armpit of Texas. So if this is Texas, this is Louisiana, and then this is like the bottom of Texas, here's like where Shay's from. Like here's Houston.
He's saying this is the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, this right here is the Gulf.
This is Louisiana, and this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
Which is true.
She's from...
It's true.
It's like right on the border. They would go to Louisiana on Saturday nights. Didn't you?
Sometimes.
Yes. Okay. She's like, no. Wait, that's true. So.
Weller 12. He's drinking Weller 12.
I felt it was suitable to bust out the Weller 12. Again, I can't find another bottle of this, and I'm really disappointed that I'm almost done with it. This is one of my favorites. I like wheat whiskeys. What?
I like wheat.
like wheat whiskeys, and so Weller 12 is actually one of my favorites. And I thought I'd share it with you guys. So anybody who has come here tonight, cheers again. I'm sharing this with you. So thank you. Well, okay, thank you. And that's always been
you.
our, again, I think that's one of the reasons why we've never got a shit ton of subscribers is because we just stay true. We're not sheep, and we just try and keep our own precedent, and it is what it is. And I know sometimes that doesn't portray very well on the videos, and I apologize. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, and that's just what we try and do. So there's only so much you can do, especially in the YouTube world. I never want to be a YouTuber or one of those stupid people who call themselves an influencer. Not that you're stupid. I'm just saying it's not what I have no interest in that. So
Yes, hit him up on Instagram. He will message you all day.
yes,
He loves talking to people.
Shay hates it. She's like, oh, you're
I
always
don't
talking.
hate it.
She doesn't hate it, but
I don't hate
I
it.
do. I talk to people on Instagram all the time.
He's on his second glass, Evie. So
It's not a glass. It's a little bit.
he's on his second portion.
It's a small portion. I can't waste this. I don't. Like I said again, the last bottle of this I saw on the shelf was $250. This is a $40 bottle of whiskey, but it's so hard to get now. People are trying to charge $250. It's stupid. So I'm really trying to milk this bottle. But yeah, if you find Weller 12 and you want to send it my way, I'll send you a free light bar.
Just so you guys know, there's a special person on our chat right now, and it is David's mom.
Yeah. Sure.
She is here.
Yeah. If you're ever curious on how his hand raised, she's a supporter. It is expensive. It's stupid. Again, so if you can find it at Total Wine and More, it's literally $40. But all these small mom and pop shops try and sell it for $250, and it's stupid. Just because it's one of those ones that got super hyped up and it just got fattish, and it sucks because it's actually good, but now you can't get it, which really sucks. So
Thank you, Nero.
yes, is Nero leaving?
No, he said he just followed us.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Like I said, same thing with Instagram. I don't post a bunch to try and get a bunch of followers and do all this stuff. But Messenger is my biggest thing about Instagram. So that's the best way to do it. It is really cool, right?
It is nice.
It's in our living room. There's a fireplace, and then the backyard portion, which looks out over the mountains. It is stupid. Talk about just one of those moments where it's like, I can't believe that this actually happened. So we were really extremely fortunate to be able to find a place like this, even if it is too small for Shane.
What is bushcraft stuff? Just curious.
Is that like Alaskan people, bush people?
Bush people, we have not yet, just because whenever we moved here, it basically turned into winter, and with me being in this, just going out camping.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. I would love to do that more, and that's the goal for this summer. I'm all for it. I just want to go out and find trails and then just veer off and just kind of follow a map and kind of go to my own place and just camp out and stuff. It's what I love about this state. It's literally just go out and anywhere and do that. Trails. It's again just super fortunate to be able to live here. It was hard. For anybody curious on our jump to Colorado, it was probably one of the most difficult things we had to do because we weren't ready to sell our house in Austin. The market sucked for where we lived. The market in Austin is great, but
we live north.
It was a really rough area. We knew we were going to be separated for a little while, and so it was basically like I got the job and I was like, all right. I was actually planning to live out of that Land Cruiser for a little while. I was like, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. So we picked up the RV, and I planned on living in that. And then we realized that was too stupid expensive because Colorado is some anomaly living in RVs. So that was horrible. And so we were trying to live in 2 different states, pay the mortgage there, and basically pay mortgage here because that's how much it costs to live here. And so it was rough for about 6 months trying to live in 2 different states. And financially it was hard. So it was one of those things where it was like, if you have a goal and you want to do something, sometimes you just got to jump in and do it because it's the only way to do it. And that's exactly what we did. We spent a lot of money, and it sucked being separated, and it was rough. But
the question was, how did you find a job?
Oh, honestly, I started looking before, and Shay was at a point where she said, I'm ready to get out of Boston. Please get me out of Texas. And I said, okay, I'll try and do it by the end of 2019. And so I literally hopped on websites. And for me, I've never had really good luck with like LinkedIn or Indeed and stuff like that. I like to go to individual companies' websites and apply directly on there. And so that's what I did. I started applying to home builders directly, and I got picked up very fortunately. And
he got picked up quick too. They flew him out here within a week, and it was just a perfect fit. I think by the following week after the weekend, they offered him the job because it was a perfect fit.
Yeah, again, super lucky. It was one of those things where like 3 weeks later, it was like, all right, well, I have a job in Colorado, so what do you want to do?
Left. Yeah, he just left. So I was like, okay.
I was like, all right, I'll go figure it out. If it sucks, I'll come back and we'll put our house up for sale and hope that sells. It took forever to sell. It was a nightmare.
Yes, Billy, we did sell our house. It was a nightmare because we were drug along for about 2 months.
So if you've sold a house before, it's usually a 30-day process. You get in the contract, 30 days later you close. Well, the lady who was buying our house, she was contingent upon selling her property, and she was in
commercial property.
They didn't tell us that her property would turn into commercial and that it was actually going to take her 90 days to close. So 30 days later, we're like, okay, we're on our closing date. Are we closing? And it was like, no, we don't know. And they didn't tell us. So we got drugged along for 90 days, 3 months with the same buyer, like trying to close, and her still living there and us emptying out the house and us being like, okay, so do we sell it to someone else? So it was a disaster, but it all worked out. Sold. We got lucky because we found this place. We've tried to buy a house in Denver. It is horrible. It's so dog eat dog. I mean, everyone's putting bids on houses as soon as they come out, so it just sucks. So we got really lucky here. And again, for anybody who's new, if you're new to watching and you're curious on why I'm so low, I've adapted. I'm sitting on a trash can and Shay's in a chair, so we're making this work.
He's being sweet. Let me have the chair.
So, anyways,
thanks, Calm Climb. He is a really good guy. I agree. That was really nice.
What happened?
Evie, you did a good job. Shout out to Evie.
That's fun.
Lisa, Louisiana. Vinton. I know where Vinton is. It's not a bad city. It's one of the,
Vinton. I've been to Vinton.
It's one of the better ones.
I hunted some squirrels there.
I've never hunted squirrels.
I do want to hunt some squirrels. I keep trying to get her to cook up some squirrels for me. So she says she won't eat it, but she'll cook it for me. I'm like, look, our squirrels, rabbits, all that stuff, it's going in the freezers.
Jason, where do you want to go? He wants to get out of Texas too.
Yeah, and also the thing about Texas is the taxes there are super expensive. We actually were able to get more for our money here and pay less a month because the taxes were so much less here. So there's state tax, which kind of sucks, but even then, it was so much less expensive for us to have a house here for comparing to Austin and living here. So it worked out really well in that aspect.
Cody, you're welcome. I said I got drunk.
When? No, when did you get me drunk?
Because he said he was going to drink for me.
Oh. Cody, doesn't count until you hand me your title for your Corvette. That's when I know you're drunk.
Jeff, it's been so long since I've talked to you. I hope you're doing well.
Curtis is here?
Yeah.
Nice.
He said Colorado sucks. Move back to Texas. Everyone attack Jeff.
It's not going to happen, bro. I will come back to pick up the Comanche. So that is happening very soon. I'm really thinking about doing like a weekend trip, like leaving on a Friday night. Same thing when I got the Chevelle last time. And just driving as fast as I can there and as fast as I can back and just like sleeping in the car. Last time I brought Molly, the little dachshund, the Tweenie, and it was a great time. It sucked, a lot of driving, but
since moving to Colorado, she is adventure dog. She does not want to come inside.
Runs around. I'm afraid she's gonna get eaten by a hawk or a fox or something. She's gonna be ran.
She's a little 8-pound wiener dog running around. Same one. Okay. Ouray. Ouray is where it's at.
We were just talking about doing another Ouray trip.
Yeah. We want to go to Ouray this summer. Well, the fall, like August, September.
Is really nice. Ouray, Telluride, just beautiful towns. Really cool. Plus, it'd be easier to get to from this side, so that'd be fun. We came up the other direction last time. That was our first actual big trip. We overlanded, and I hate using the word overland because I think it's played out now. But we basically lived in our Jeep for a week and stayed in Ouray, and it was great. Funny story about that trip. So we'd only been to Colorado once, and we'd been in Colorado Springs. So Colorado Springs is a pretty decent sized town. So we decided, all right, we're going to drive up to, basically drive from Houston to Colorado. We're going to go to Ouray, and we're going to get as close as possible. And I'll just find a hotel in one of these towns because there's got to be big cities. I'm thinking everything is a big city. And we drive up. We get into
Durango.
We get past Durango, and I'm calling
They have
hotels.
no
It's like
hotels.
11 o'clock. I'm calling hotels. Durango is just packed.
Well, there's like a motorcycle convention going on, and no hotels have anything.
Map, and I'm seeing all these little cities. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're all like Colorado Springs size. We'll have plenty of space. No big deal. So we start going up the $1 Million Highway from Durango, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. Never been in East Passage Road or anything.
It's getting
And
foggy.
it's getting foggy, and it's taken us like an hour to go 10 miles through the $1 Million Highway. And if you've ever done it during the day, it's beautiful. But at night, it is
Sketchy.
scary as shit, especially when it's foggy and you have no idea what you're doing. And so we get into the next town. I think it was Silverthorne.
Silverton.
Yeah, we get to Silverton.
Silverton.
Silverton. Anyway, so we get there, and at this point, it's 1 a.m. It's super foggy. I can't see anything, and I'm like nervous about going on the pass again. And I'm like, Shay, I think we're
This
gonna
is
have to.
it.
I think we're gonna have to hunker down here until light. And so we literally. So this town has like one small main road. It looks like something from like a Hallmark movie.
It looks like it's still in the Wild
Yes.
West.
So there's like a couple small motels, and that's it. And so we literally just park on the main street. You know, we go pee on the side of the building because it's like 1 a.m.
An alley. It was an alley.
and it's freezing at this point. And so we're like, and everything was set up in our rig so that we'd overland. So what we did was we had a bunch of these crates, and we'd move them out at night and put them on top. But we didn't want to move anything out because we were basically what's it called when you're camping? You're stealth camping. We were stealth camping, and so we have a cooler and a tote with all of our stuff on one half of the back of the JK, and then Shay and I basically cramped in on the other side. She's like, "I hate you so much right now," because I was like, I promised her a hotel that night, and we're just
because we were about to camp out of the back of the Jeep for a week, and he was like, the first night you get a hotel. I was like, okay, perfect, thank you.
And we basically we did that for about 4 hours until 5 o'clock. The sun finally started coming up. The fog burned off a little bit, and we drove to Ouray, and we got to the KOA, and she's pissed. So we found this really cool little diner, but she was so mad at me.
I was unhappy
that night because no sleep, nothing. It was
but
just
I had the best breakfast, that little cafe, and I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, downtown Ouray, but
it was so good.
And it ended up being just the best trip we've ever had. Good people. We camped out on like the sides of mountains and made big fires and like did Black Bear and all those other cool trails out there. And it was just perfect weather.
Fun. Yeah.
It was great. It was really cool. But again, that first night was just it was absolutely pure overlanding in its finest in the middle of Silverthorne, whatever we want to call it. Keeping up. What do we got?
Yeah. John, where are you going to move to in 8 years? He's in New York.
Okay.
8 more years, and he's retiring. He's moving south.
Good for you. Good for you. When we were looking at places to move, New Hampshire was on our list. It seemed like a really nice place, but it seemed like everybody from that area was actually moving away. So I think there's so much to offer up there. I think it's a cool place.
Scottsdale, Arizona. I've heard really good things about Scottsdale.
See, it was September. It was Labor Day weekend.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What, did Jeff comment?
Yeah, Jeff said,
Okay.
yeah, told you. I knew it was September. We were talking about this the other day, and I knew it was September. It was a lot. But yes, I failed drastically the first night of that trip. I had everything else planned out
He
except that
plans
first night.
now. He knows.
Well, it was just one of those things where
It happens. I look
you
back
screw
now.
up and you just
I look back now and it's hilarious. But
you
living in the
apologize
moment,
and you move on.
I was not happy.
It
I was
was
so
one-
scared.
That was one of those things that it was rough, but it was fun. It was a good memory.
Flung, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, but I feel like we are very lucky, especially with where we live, because we're away from everybody. We're very isolated, so we don't have to see people.
Yeah, honestly, if we don't watch the news or anything, which I haven't been, you would think everything's normal out here. You're just living in the woods and you're kind of in your own little bubble, which is nice. So that's really cool. Rooftop tent time. But again, it was one of those points where you couldn't just pop up a rooftop tent in the middle of downtown.
Nope.
Right. We were literally in front of a hotel too. That was like, well, I wouldn't even call it a hotel.
It was like a little B&B.
Probably like a 6-bedroom B&B.
Like 2-bedroom.
But yes. And I'm not really a fan of rooftop tents, to be honest. I like the idea of them, but I think it adds too much weight up top. And for what we like to do, I don't think the setup would ever really work for us. Now, if Shay had a 4Runner with a rooftop tent, and then I had a dedicated off-road rig, I think that'd be perfect. But I couldn't have our only off-road vehicle having a rooftop tent. I just don't think it would work for us. So, is that the bus hotel trip? No, we never went on a bus.
We did. We went to Big Bend.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, bus. But she said bus hotel. Oh no, you were talking about Big Bend. No, that was
Ouray every year in September. That's so nice.
Yeah,
September. And Telluride's right there too, which it's kind of expensive to be in Telluride, but it's still really pretty.
I think September is a perfect time to go.
September
it's a little bit cooler,
yeah,
but it's perfect. You're like right after the busy season.
Yeah,
for the most part of the busy season. So.
Yeah, I mean the bus hotel, that was Big Bend. We just stayed in a broken down bus in the middle of the desert.
But yes. Silverton it's absolutely just as, and again, I was just looking at a map. I didn't know any better. I was just thinking that this was like a Colorado Springs style city, and it was absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
The baby is due end of May.
Yes.
So we're getting there. Isolation tip, HBO.
Georgia Carolina is a great option. We looked in North Carolina as well. There's a lot of really good opportunity. The lady who watched Moose all the time for me, she moved to North Carolinas because it's just a lot less expensive to live there, and it's a great area. So.
We've actually been watching a lot of HBO Prime. Billy, we've been watching Man in the High Tower.
Yes.
Man in the High Castle.
That is a really cool show. It's kind of a different mindset. It's pretty neat.
Oh, we're back on the Tiger King. I don't know a lot about Carol Baskins.
Who brought up the Tiger King?
He said, I don't know a lot, but I know Carol Baskins killed her husband.
We did a whole Tiger King thing earlier.
We've only watched the first episode.
Yes.
We're going to finish it because
Carol is
you
OJ.
have to.
Carol is the white woman OJ. That's really funny.
Baby doing me. Georgia, Carolinas. I feel like the Carolinas are really a great place to be because there are mountains. There too. There's mountains in South or North Carolina.
Both. They have the Appalachian
Mountains,
right?
So you can be right in the middle and be right by the coast and the
South
mountains.
Carolina a little less, but yeah.
So that's why we looked at the Carolinas, because we could have had the best of every.
Plus, I mean, if we didn't have a job, I would absolutely. If I could go back, I'd come back from Iraq and I'd go do like the Appalachian Trail for 6 months. I think that would have been great. Lived out of a van and just hike the trail.
I really want to do the Pacific.
Yeah, Shay wants to do the PCT. If you've ever watched
Wild. It's good.
Yeah, Shay really liked that movie. Reese Witherspoon, living in the wild.
She's so beautiful.
With her 100-pound pack.
I know.
Completely way too big for her. But that is it.
The pinks for that FJ. Show us the pinks for that vet.
Cody, what are you drinking tonight? I need to double that up.
Why do you hate Jeep Angry Eyes?
Why do I hate Jeep Angry Eyes? Because it's so... Okay, look. Here's the thing. One of my favorite shops that I follow on Instagram is Evo Off-Road. Now, I know everyone has their own opinions on Way of Life. Way of Life is actually the reason we got into off-roading. My friend Jeff, who's watching this, he showed us the Way of Life videos, and I was literally at his house. I was like, dude, let's watch the next one. Let's watch the next one. Let's watch the next one. And I watched all of them. I was like, can we do this? Like, is this possible? Can we do this? Because we were watching JK Experience videos, and I thought it was awesome.
And then we just all started doing it, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, we did. And so I think that's really cool. And I like Evo. I like their shop because, first of all, they do really high-end stuff, which is just ridiculous. I don't know where these people have $20,000 to just come to their shop and drop off their rigs. But their builds are great. But a lot of their builds are based around just like, and I say this before, it's around the essence of off-roading. And so it's not about like the angry eyes, it's not about all the freaking red and
The
neon.
neon lights.
Your Jeep doesn't look like it belongs on the first movie of Fast and Furious. Okay? If your Jeep looks like it could fit into one of those, no, Fast and Furious. Remember they had all the lights and stuff. Again,
Anyways,
if your Jeep could fit into the first movie of Fast and Furious, I don't know. I just don't think that really applies to really being out there and off road. So Angry Eyes, I feel like just is kind of one of those things. Now I will admit, when I first saw them, I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. And then 10 seconds later, I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be into this. And so it just doesn't get you any further. And again, you want to have Angry Eyes, perfectly fine. We'll see you on the trail. That's all I care about. Come wheeling with us. That's all that matters. But I'm not going to do a 26-inch wheel, Angry Eyes, grumper front
Halo
bumper.
lights.
I just think it's silly. I'm just like a clean, solid build that just has a nice, and you look at it and you're like, all right, let's go somewhere. Not like, all right, what? Like, what did you just do? So again, just my opinion. If you got them, perfectly fine. A lot of people do. No hate by any means. It's just one of those fun things. It's like, it's like the Army giving the Navy shit and Navy giving the Air Force shit. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I appreciate you having a Jeep, but I'm going to give you shit for your Angry Eyes. So, again.
Name for the baby.
Her name is Sawyer.
Violet.
Sawyer Violet. Yep. So that is her name. We went back and forth on names way too long, but Sawyer ended up being perfect, and we're really excited about it. Worked out perfectly.
Watch Hunters. Where is Hunters, Jeff?
Is that on?
Wait.
I think Hunters is on.
Jeff, you just text me.
Hunters, like Hunter, our friend Hunter, or like Hunters, like a show on Netflix? Because earlier we were talking about a show.
Jeff, that's funny.
Yes. Okay. Jeff is like the meme king. Jeff, can you post memes on this?
Cody, are you drinking White Claws?
No.
That's what Fong says, and I need to know.
My memes are not appropriate ever, so I can't post them on here. I like the fucked up shit, like where like the normal people go and they're like, "Oh man, that's kind of messed up," and then it's
he
like
takes it, like
way over here.
Yeah.
That's the humor I like. Like if you got some seriously fucked up stuff, send it to me on Instagram because I appreciate that type of humor. Like I'm all over that.
Prime.
I'm all for it. Jeff, if you want to send us a meme, we'll post it up on the screen for you. We got you covered. And again, if you're just joining us, welcome. I really appreciate it. And no, Jeff, I'm not going to be eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich on the floor later on today.
He might be.
No, that hasn't happened in a long time. That's not in a real long time. That's good stuff, though.
YK, it seems like you've lived in a lot of different places. What do you do for a living?
What are you doing? I appreciate that. I do. I think it's nice.
What is HP? Angry Eyes give you more HP?
Horsepower, Shay. Come
No,
on.
they don't.
Horsepower. It's like putting a big decal on the side of your rig.
My bad.
She had a pregnant moment. She knows what HP means. But yes, Angry Eyes make you faster.
Shut up.
I like this.
They do look cheap. I agree. The Angry Eyes, the grumpy, like
the Grumpers.
I don't know.
Don't even get me started.
I just don't like any of them.
How is that company even in business?
I don't know.
And no offense, because I'm all about small businesses. Again, I want to own a shop. I would love to do that. So I'm all for it. I'm a
Show the meme on camera.
I'm a very big component of small businesses. We'll absolutely shop there as much as possible if we can. But it's not a thing. So
I don't know if you'll be able to see the meme. It might like white out or something because of the light.
Show the people what they want to see.
But this is referencing the Angry Eye bumpers.
I don't know if you.
I don't know.
Go back a little bit.
I don't know if you can see
Go
it.
in a little bit. Go back a little bit. Have you guys ever?
It says I see fucktards. They don't even know they're fucktards.
What is that from? Saving Sarah Marshall. What's it called?
I
Dating Sarah Marshall. It was like, get closer to the screen, get further, get closer. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
are we
about.
gonna get another Wrangler?
Yes.
We're not sure.
Yes.
Not sure.
When, I don't know. Again, the future's a little bit. If you don't remember, one of our best friends in Austin, he's a GM at a Jeep dealership, and he recommended us leasing a vehicle because we go through vehicles so much. And I did a lease on the Tacoma,
Huge mistake.
and I hate the Tacoma. I'm so ready to get rid of it. I'm so done with it. I really just wanted to get a Silverado and then a off-road rig on the side. So yes, we'll get another Wrangler. If we get Shay a Jeep diesel Wrangler, if that would work out.
I want a Bronco.
Okay, she wants a Bronco. But
Hi, Josh.
Yes, forgetting Sarah Marshall. There you go. Yeah, so a Wrangler is definitely in the works. But again, if I can get the Comanche and build that, then I think that'd be a good build. But a Wrangler, I just feel like we're Jeep people at the end of the day. So
I agree with that, but I really want a Bronco. I like the way they look.
or the FJ80. I love the FJ80. Really love that rig. So it was a good rig.
Evie, the Prego brain is real. Like that fog. Yeah, it's real.
The scoop on a taco gives you 4 stars. It is true. And it also gives you a lot less visibility. But I would like the scoop on the Tacoma.
Did you see Josh?
Yes. Oh, hey, Josh. How's it going? Family photos. There you go.
That's so sweet.
That'd be really cool.
Thank you.
But yes, I think there's hope for the Tacoma. It's just going to come with a cost.
No,
And
Battle Rattle does not have the FJ80.
And I don't know if I want to.
He has the 4Runner.
Yeah, Battle Rattle has the 3rd gen 4Runner that we've fixed up, and I mean he has taken that 4Runner to more places than you could possibly imagine. And I think it's on 32s. He has all this armor for it, has never put it on, and the sucker just keeps going. It's done
I think
really
Rachel
well.
drives it more than.
Yeah,
That's
that
her.
4Runner was a great find, and I did a couple things mechanically to it, and it is just freaking living. It is crazy.
It did get dark quick. Oh, speaking of dark. So yesterday we were outside having a fire, and
The Instagram photo, if you guys follow on Instagram, the one I posted today.
okay. And it's starting to get dark, and it's getting a little cold, and so we decide to go in. And as soon as he starts putting away all of the stuff, it sounds like coyotes are howling, and I'm like, perfect. It's the perfect time to go in.
Well, she's been watching True Blood, so she's like, there's werewolves everywhere.
And so then you hear it like starts over here, and you hear it like go all the way around. I'm like, David, those are people. People were literally howling everywhere and back and forth. So we've been initiated into the Evergreen Wolf Pack.
Yeah, so we started howling.
He started howling.
It was,
I was like,
I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was happening, but it was just this
it
evergreen
was
howling.
perfect. It was
Okay,
great.
I missed something. No, but Rob's not. If so, is he interested? No, and if you did have it, I would buy the FJ80 back from him and then trade you for the vet. That's how that would work. So it wouldn't go over there. It'd go over here.
Oh, you're a wait. What is a hopping? Oh,
He hops around.
you hop. Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to assume.
You got to speak slowly for Shay right now.
That's
Type-
not true.
type
It's not
slower for her.
true. I'm intelligent.
And yes, Family Man. We mentioned this a little bit earlier.
That's
but,
really neat that you're a professor, though.
Yes, if I could go back and I had the funds to buy either or, I absolutely 100%, 100 million% would have got the Gladiator over the Tacoma. I think it's more capable, better engine, solid front axle, cheaper to lift, blah 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 blah. It just wasn't in our budget.
Cody.
Cody, she's pregnant. If you make her laugh, you get a fart or pee. Don't do that, okay? Pregnant life right here. But yes, I would have. If it would have been in budget. Again, we mentioned this before. We were trying to get back from basically living in 2 states, and it was just a little bit out of our reach. And I didn't like the look of it at the time, so I went. And I always wanted Tacoma. It's been on my list for 10 years, and I was like, all right, this is the moment. I'll give the Tacoma the opportunity, and it just let me down. And it still looks great. I still love it. There's still some really good parts to it, but yes, I would have got the Gladiator over the Tacoma if I could have. Yes.
They didn't sell BR? What do you mean, Evie?
What's she talking about?
I don't know.
Josh, she is trying to get through True Blood right now.
Hold on, Cody. Seriously, that is hilarious, and thank you for sharing that with me.
Shane loves fart
He
humor.
just had to tell you. He had to tell you.
Shane loves fart humor.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about it. I don't think it's funny. I don't laugh. This
Vampire
fuck up,
Wars.
I laugh, but yeah.
I haven't watched Vampire Wars yet. It's on my list.
And again, cheers to all you guys out there.
Yes.
If you just joined us, we are drinking some Weller 12 tonight. If you have a second bottle that you would like to send this way, please do, because I can't find one. But cheers to everyone. Welcome to all the new people here. And if you've left, goodbye.
Cody, you and your wife, y'all are gonna have a good night. You're welcome.
Shay said you're welcome like she did it for you. You're welcome for the romance this evening.
You're welcome for the encouragement to drink.
I appreciate this. This has been a lot of fun, you guys. Again, we've never been one of those channels that wants 1 million subscribers. We would rather be that close, tight-knit, 24 people watching and we're all shooting the shit, having a good time, than 1,000 people here and no one's saying anything. So thank you guys. Keep it going. We're having a good time. So we'll stay as long as you guys want to. Fuck it.
That's funny. Yeah, it was. It really was, because we're kind of elevated. We're kind of on the mountain, and you can see straight down to other people's homes. And it just started, and you could just hear it go around. I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Anyways,
the wolves
it
are
was
in
cool.
Colorado.
It was really cool.
If you guys haven't heard about that, it's a whole big debate on bringing wolves to Colorado.
Yeah.
Why you would want to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some people are for it.
And if you are, good for you. We just don't agree with you.
Yeah, we're still going, Gunner. We're still here. Oh,
Did he come
Battle
back?
Rattle. Yeah,
Yeah, Gunner. I don't know what happened. People just kept coming. We kept staying. And
we just
kept
keep talking.
going at it. So, Gunner, are you a whiskey guy, or what are you drinking tonight?
Forerunner Tacoma. For purpose of carrying dead animals, I'd go for Tacoma.
Yes. Again,
True.
very good point. Shay does not want me to put a dead animal in the back of any vehicle we own. So a bed is always better to have blood leaking from. Gunner,
what did you make for dinner?
So, but yes, I would like to trade for Silverado. I'm a Chevy guy. Jeff's the Ford guy. We eat dinner with him still every now and then. So, no.
Well, I want a Ford Bronco. I've never wanted a Ford in my life, but I really like them. They're so sporty looking.
So maybe she'll end up with a Bronco. Who knows? I'm really thinking Silverado, and then just like a Comanche or FJ80 build, or maybe even a TJ build or something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Do something a little bit different and kind of just do a cool build. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, bye, Justin. It was really good talking with you.
Yeah, thank you. Again, thank you, everybody who's come and gone. So I really appreciate that. And fair enough, Gunner, same thing. I just I wanted to celebrate with you guys, so I'm with you. But
Jim Beam Black Cherry.
Okay.
That actually sounds
Blackberry?
kind of Black Cherry.
Black Cherry, okay.
Kind of sounds good.
Yeah.
Anything sounds good right now. Let's be honest.
Give me some grape juice.
Ooh, chicken quesadillas with salsa. That sounds pretty delicious.
And Billy, that's exactly what I was looking at. I really want a red hot Silverado, and the trail brasses that are all blacked out. Really cool. If I can figure out a way to do it, then maybe in the fall. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Shay doesn't like me talking about vehicles because obviously I go through them quite a bit.
You gotta stop saying stuff like that. It's not true.
You don't. I can talk about getting new vehicles.
We've been talking about vehicles this whole time.
It's very true. Okay, I'm gonna trade in the Tacoma and get a Silverado this fall.
No, he's not.
See what I meant?
It's a lease. He's not just gonna trade it in.
I can trade it in. Ask him. Done it before. I have no problem doing it.
Oh, let's see. How do you feel about no lockers, though?
In which aspect? Are you talking about on the Silverado, or are you talking about on the Bronco? I think the
Trail
Bronco.
Boss?
I'm not really worried about not having lockers.
Bye, Abby. It was good to chat with you.
Yes, bye, Mom. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about having lockers so much on the Silverado because I can use that as a tow rig for the RV and for an off-road rig. So our off-road rig will have lockers, and if the Silverado doesn't, that's okay. I just need to get out to where I'm going hunting and come back. And again, if we can get a 4-wheeler or something, that would be perfect. So I'm not so much worried about the lockers on the Silverado.
Oh, yes, Abby, we did get something the other day. We got a few things the other day.
My
Thank
mom
you.
keeps sending us baby stuff.
She keeps sending us baby stuff. It's really awesome.
I missed.
Uh,
Send us booze. I will again message me on Instagram, YK, and I will absolutely send you whatever information you need, and we can do some sort of deal, whatever you need to do. We'll be good to go. So Instagram message me, and we'll talk there. If anybody's new on here and you want to reach out, Instagram Messenger is the best place. I have so many conversations with people there. It's the highlight of my day to talk to you guys. So Instagram Messenger is perfect.
Josh, did you make that dinner? Because I need you to teach my husband how to cook.
What
Please.
is it?
Green chili brats.
You lost me at green chili.
Chipotle corn off the cob and baked potatoes. I love baked potatoes.
There
You
you
could
go.
do so much with them.
Good for you. I'm not a cooker.
He's not.
We mentioned this about an hour ago now. It doesn't work for me. So yeah, see the green chili thing. Shay's not a big green chili fan.
I'm not, but that sounds good. It might be a pregnancy thing. Let's be honest.
Shay if you're curious, right now Shay eats a lot of cereal. And cereal. I just literally, she's like, you know what I can really go for? Some cereal. Shay, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, I just want a bowl of cereal. So she just disappear, and all I hear is like cereal clinking into a bowl downstairs. That's what's happening. So
I don't know. It is what it is.
Cereal just is, yeah, exactly. So
Family Man says only thing keeps him from buying a Silverado over the F-150 is Chevy still uses wax coat frame that comes off when you shit.
And fair enough. Again,
Ford uses powder.
Jeff has a F-150. He can vouch for them. I think they do great. At this point, these American-made trucks are so hand in hand. I'm just a Chevy guy, and I love the new front end. I think it looks really cool. Some people don't, but in my opinion, I think it looks great. And I'm a Silverado guy, so I'd love to get a new Silverado.
Gunnar, in Colorado, green chili is a big thing too. We had a chili cook-off for the Super Bowl at my job, and 90% of the chilies were green chili. And I was just like, where's the red chili? Where's the meat chili? The Texas chili. Obviously, I know I'm in Colorado, people. I know. But still, it was a lot of green chili.
Yeah. Same here. We had a green chili cook-off in the green chili one. Wasn't what I expected, though, but it's okay.
Can we make this a weekly thing until the baby comes? Then you'll be the no sleep club. I guess, especially since we're quarantined, I guess see us doing this a little bit more often if you guys are interested.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, I put up the post and I asked if anybody would be interested, and the first person
said no.
Said
this
no.
Is stupid.
And again, it just goes back to the comments where it's like, I don't care if you make a negative comment. I really don't. I don't care if you say no, it's stupid. But at least give me some feedback. Let me know how I can be better, because that's what I want to do. If you comment on the videos and you hate it or something's stupid, let me know why, and I'll try and fix it. Don't just be like, that's fucking stupid. You're retarded.
Again,
like,
I don't think people realize that he reads every comment, and every comment, and he comments back.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I want to get better. So, if you're gonna make a feedback, then give me constructive criticism, and thank you, and we'll go from there.
Yes, we do miss going to Hidden Falls, Robert. It's kind of where we started going off-roading. That was the very first place we went, and it was right whenever they opened up too. So it's kind of like,
I think they've been around for a while.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they just weren't as good as they were now, so it made it still.
But this was like 8 years ago whenever we started going to Hidden Falls, and
yeah, Jeff, when did we start going to Hidden Falls?
It's like we grew up there.
Yeah.
No, not 2010.
Okay.
We started dating in 2012, and we went there for the first time that fall.
Yeah.
So it's been almost 8 years.
I love the availability of it, and just to be able to go consistently rock crawl. And fun fact, so first time we ever went to Hidden Falls, we took a YJ out there. It was on 35s. The tires were inflated to probably 40 pounds. I had it lifted way too high. I almost flipped the rig. I'll show you guys a picture.
I almost fell out at one point.
We didn't know what we were doing
but
at
we
all.
were having so much fun.
Having a really good time. And it was just a good learning experience. I broke a front drive shaft. I broke the rear drive shaft. And
we
I
drove
literally,
back.
I had to drive back 4 hours with just the front drive shaft
Middle of the
only.
night.
It was super sketchy because anytime I went up a slick road, it was just like it was ridiculous. So I put it in four high, drove with front wheel drive only, this YJ on 35s, no sway bars, no track bars, lifted like 6 inches. It was
Middle of the night.
Again,
trying to get back home.
The harder it is, the more difficult it is, the more I appreciate it. So I just like that sort of thing. Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. Got home.
Bronco is too much of OJ. I kind of agree with that.
But she still wants
But
it.
I still won't.
She's going to be wearing gloves and they're like, it doesn't fit, but I don't care.
Not true.
What color Bronco do you want?
I really don't know. I like the blacked out. I think that would be really nice, but I'd like to see the colors that they're going to do it in.
Yeah. That'd be sweet. If we could get a Bronco, I think that would do really well.
I really like a Bronco, but my diesel, it's hard to beat right now.
Really well, so. Plus, I'm really curious on how much they're going to charge for the Bronco because I don't like the turbo 4-cylinder engines in anything, and so I wouldn't want to get that option. I would want to get at least a 6-cylinder. So I'd be interested to see what they offered for it.
Gunnar said he doesn't have social media. He wants you to email him.
Okay.
I just screenshotted your email address. Ram Rebels are nice. That's what Fong said.
The Ram Rebels are nice. My biggest thing that I don't like that the Ram...
Josh, seriously, pull up the gram and show it off. Where's your phone?
The thing I don't like about the Rams is that they did a coil spring rear suspension. For me, I don't think it tows as well. I think there was a lot to offer with that, and I'm really curious on why they decided to do that. So for me, I like the Dodges. We've had a couple Rams. The Hemi engine is great. I really like the gas mileage you get from it and the power, but I just don't like the coil spring rear suspension. Can you scoot back a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
My bad.
There you go. Might have to do another one. Just a little bit. What are you looking at?
Okay. I'm looking at his dinner. That does look really delicious.
Kind of phallic there, Josh. That is really good looking.
That looks delicious. Let's be honest. Sorry.
But it does look like a penis and testicles. Just a little bit. It still looks good though.
Instapot pork carnitas in 40 minutes. I love carnitas.
All right, that's all I'm doing.
You can put that on everything.
I gotta save the rest of this bottle, guys. So
he never gets drunk. He's having a really good time.
I really am. I really am enjoying this with you guys.
I know.
So
it's fun.
I feel like people are coming and going. It's like we're all just hanging out.
Right now, my main cereal is Trix because they came back with the fruit shapes. They used to be the stupid balls, and then they went OG with the fruit shapes. So I'm a happy girl. And then Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
We have so much Trix.
We have a lot.
Ridiculous.
I bought the big bag, like the big zip bag.
I want to get an elk for the freezer next year, so we'll have a huge thing of elk and then like just as much Trix right next to it on top of the fridge.
It's good. I don't know what it is, but I've been eating Trix for months now, and it's still just as good as the first one. It's not good for you. I know.
And again, if you just joined us, thank you so much, guys. We're very humbled to experience this with you guys. We never want 1,000 people in a room that we don't know. We'd rather have 20 close friends who just all kicked it and shoot the shit and just had a good time. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. So it's a lot of fun. It's more fun than I thought it'd be. So I
usually don't eat this much cereal. I just want to throw that out there. It is because I'm pregnant. I love the cereal.
What's the first thing an addict says? I usually don't do this all the time, but it's just now.
I know it's highly processed. I'm sorry.
Oh, some Trix.
Twix.
Twix? Did someone ask about Twix?
No, someone just said Twix.
Okay. Yeah, well, we do need to do more Twix because we haven't been off-roading in forever. It's freaking driving me crazy. The one thing I do hate about Colorado is Hidden Falls. We could go year-round, like all the time. We just go to Hidden Falls whenever we wanted. In Colorado, once it starts snowing in and stuff like that, you kind of get locked in. The trails all get tons of snow, and you can't go out there unless you have just a good group of people with winches and stuff like that. So that part is a little disappointing, the year-round off-roading.
I have to ask my wife to do it for me. She uses that thing. Yeah, the Instant Pot. I need one of those. I still cook everything the long, slow way. Texas chili is too chili, Gunner. We'll agree to disagree on this.
Shay's dad
'cause
used to be like a huge barbecue chef, like huge, big into that stuff. So she's got that southern cooking thing in her genes. She will fight you on that one.
Okay.
She will throw down over some cooking.
Cody, your wife just brought you another shot. What shot is that? What number is that?
Isn't it shots if you're taking White Claw? Is that shots? Can you do shots of White Claw, Cody?
Cody, what are you drinking? Tell us what you're.
I thought you already told us.
No.
Oh, okay, I thought you told us.
No.
Okay.
Yes, my X5 has been very reliable.
Yeah, so far it hasn't been leaking, and I think I attribute that to the diesel engine again. They do it overseas very well. The diesel engine over there is pretty much normal, and so for us to be able to have found one, the towing's great, the mile per gallon is great, reliability, knock on wood, has been great, and so hopefully it'll last until if she wants to get a Bronco, we'll get her a Bronco, and that'll be really cool. So I just need to keep trucking. It's at 80-something thousand miles, which is just the early stages of a diesel. So if it can keep going, we'll keep it alive.
Gunner, we did not get a Tundra because of gas mileage.
Yeah, see,
really bad.
And everyone mentions the Tundra. And when I was living in Florida, I had a Tundra for 2 years, and I know it was the older generation, but I didn't like it. I just felt like it was even more dated. And don't get me wrong, I love the looks of the Tundra. I think they have a great engine, and they're super reliable as well. But
they look really cool.
I'd personally rather have a new Silverado just because I like the looks of them more, and I like the Chevys. So if I went full size, I'd go Silverado. The Tundra's great trucks, but it's just not for me. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of them.
Clone Climb says he's super jealous of your Weller 12.
Yes. So hard to get out, and I bought it for when we are closed on our Austin house because it was a disaster. It was a nightmare, and I wanted to get a really bottle. And I said, "Hey man, do you have any Weller in the back?" And he said, "Dude, I got some Weller 12." And I paid $90 for this, which is still overpriced, but still better than what I've been able to find it for since. And so I was super pumped to be able to find this Weller 12. And since then, I have not found another Weller 12 for under $100. And I've been looking. Last one I found, I mentioned this about an hour and a half ago now. It was $250.
We've been doing this for 2 hours, guys.
The little Asian guy, and he was Asian because he was Asian, not because I'm racist. But the little Asian guy was like, "Yeah, it's $250." And I was like, $200? That's like a $40 bottle of whiskey. So anyways, yes, I'm very proud of that Weller. And this is the last I'm going to drink of it because that's all I have left. So there you go. Of the Weller 12. I have the other Weller, but not that one.
Cody, please enlighten us of your good trick for hauling off small dead animals. Enlighten us, please.
Hey, John, very welcome again. If you're new, we haven't welcomed you. Thank you guys for joining us. The only reason this has continued on for 2 hours is because people keep coming in, and we keep welcoming you. And
we're just having a really good time.
Yeah, we're continuing the conversation. So if you've stuck with us for 2 hours, first of all, thank you. And if you're new and if you've left, thank you again. Again, our whole montage is thanking you guys, because without you guys, any influencer or YouTuber who says who doesn't thank their people is an idiot. Because
we're not influencers. Let's make that very clear.
No, I said that about an hour ago. I never want to be an influencer, quote unquote, or a YouTuber. I just want to be able to help people out at the end of the day. So if I can help anybody out, let me know.
Chicks are where it's at. That's what I grew up eating at my grandma's house from a very small age. They're my favorite.
Are you guys into mixing cereals? I like to do that. So I'll get
He's disgusting.
I'll get like Cinnamon Toast Crunch
and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
and Reese's
I'm like, what
Puffs.
are you doing?
I'm making a mixture of milk at the end.
It's not a thing.
And she's like,
it's not a
I'm
thing.
a one cereal type of girl.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, cheers to all of you who have just joined us, and thank you.
It is. Yes, it is sugar cravings, because I crave sugar so much right now. Way more than I ever have in my life.
It keeps getting creamier.
It just keeps getting better.
Drink some water. Hey, I don't have to drive to work tomorrow. I'm not worried about it.
Cody said, in my house, we call Silverado a piece of Chevy.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, Tiger King got brought up again. Josh, we have not watched it all. We've seen one episode, the very first one.
It's like every 45 minutes, Tiger King gets dropped again.
It's
Yo,
such a
bro,
thing
you
right
seen
now.
Tiger King?
We are going to watch it, so maybe on our next video that we do, we can catch up and actually have a conversation
So
about it.
this is what we said about Tiger King. First of all, we watched one episode. The
So
thing
we
about
know
Tiger
everything.
King is that it made me feel like I was watching. Okay, first of all, America feels like a version of the movie Idiocracy. So I was watching Tiger King, just like, is this really like? Is this
It's a
how
thing.
it is now?
It's a thing.
And then second of all, we got super mad at Carol because we're like, Carol, you're the biggest hypocrite ever. Yes, you're not breeding tigers, but don't you have your own tiger compound that you're charging people to come into? You have souvenirs. You have all this stuff. You're making money off of these tigers. Are you really rescuing them? I mean, are you really any different when you have them all in the same cages? You're making money off
But
of
like
them.
someone said, she's not breeding them.
And yes,
That is
I
a
agree
good
with that.
point.
When we're wrong, we'll admit we're wrong, of course. But Carol is a OJ hypocrite. That's all I gotta say about Carol. And that's from one episode.
Family Man says, what YouTube channels do we watch? And any plans to collaborate with one?
So again, like we talked about, there are some YouTube channels that I really look up to, and I think are really cool. I'd love to collaborate. Again, it really comes down to: do you want your channel to explode and be huge? And there's ways to do that, or do you want to just keep doing what you're doing? We've always been the non-sheep mentality of just keeping it original and just keeping it us, and that's why we only have 15,000 subscribers, which is perfectly fine with us. It would be great to have 100,000, but at the same time, I don't want to have 100,000 fake friends versus a couple of thousand close friends. So that's kind of what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. That's kind of
You're
our
doing great.
that's our mentality on it. So I like watching a lot of the dirt everyday style videos where they're actually doing really cool builds and they're taking just like the most random things out on the trails, because that's what we like to do. Take things stock out there and just go venture for what it is and be honest. I'm never gonna just feed people information that they want to hear just to get a bunch of subscribers and likes and follows and stuff like that, because I think there's a lot of channels that do that. So I like the real, just raw, just natural, and the talented channel. So I just found a new one today. Let me see what it's called. My brother mentioned it, and I was just amazed because it was the guy's ability to do work was just really good.
As far as collaborating, we actually haven't really thought about that. It's not that we're against it.
No, and I have Dirt Lifestyle. If you guys haven't checked that out, this dude can do just phenomenal things. I mean, he
Is that who
welds.
you've been watching all day?
Yeah, he's a
He
really
seems
good
really nice.
fabricator and builder. I wish I knew how to weld. I wish the resources to do it. If
That
I
is a-
could, I would do all sorts of welding and builds and stuff like that. I just don't have the capacity to do it. But those type of channels are what I really look up to and what I like. We started out with Way of Life, which I know everyone has their own opinions, and I've kind of gone off my own opinions on it too. But I appreciate it for what it was originally. I watched all the JK Experience videos with my buddy Jeff. He showed me them. And that's what made us fall in love with off-roading. And so stuff like that, I appreciate. I don't follow them as much now, but I appreciate them for what they were. There's channels I don't like, and I mentioned them earlier, and we talked about them for
We don't need to bring them up again.
a good 25 minutes. But, it is what it is.
What do we think of the new Bronco? I want one.
Yeah,
Josh, I
if you
want
guys
one.
haven't been following, Shay really wants a new Bronco, and that is next on her list. So if we can make it work out where her X5 lives long enough, then we'll get her Bronco.
We'll see.
That'd be cool.
I'd like for them to be out for about a year, work out the kinks and the bugs, and then get one.
And I don't want to get a turbo 4-cylinder anything. I mentioned that earlier as well. So it'd be a 6-cylinder at least. So we'll see how it comes out. Would you want a 2-door or a 4-door?
I really want the 2-door, but with a baby, I can't do a 2-door.
She can.
I can, but it would be really difficult.
Nothing is impossible until you've done it and failed.
I'd rather the 2-door, but life would be really hard.
That's true. It'll be a little bit more difficult.
Bye, Josh. It was
Yeah,
good to
thank
talk
you. I
with you.
really
If you're
appreciate it.
still
Again,
here,
If you guys are rolling out, thank you for guys for coming. I don't know how long we keep this going, but if you guys want to keep shooting the shit, then we'll keep it going. So very appreciative.
curious about the sipping of the SSTs. Did they wear it down past it yet?
Oh, so on the fronts a little bit, but the fronts were used, and so I just did a very minimal siping just because I didn't know how long it would last. But I would say I'm probably almost 10,000 miles in, and the siping is still there in some aspects. It worked out really well on the ice. These tires have been great. I love the Cooper STT Pros, especially we get a lot of heavy snow in our driveway, and so being able to get in and out of our driveway at the incline, and that's where I complain about the Tacoma's engine a lot, is the steeper inclines where you really just have to rev the engine up excessively.
Yeah.
But the siping, I really won't know until next winter because I won't sipe them again, and I'll be able to tell you for sure. But the tires themselves have done great. There's only been a couple times where I've kind of slid, but you have to use 4x4 a lot anyways. But the tires, the SCT Pros in the snow and the ice, I mean, you're always going to slide on ice, but the tires have done great. So whether will I spend an hour on each tire siping them? Probably not, but they did great, and I appreciate it for what it was.
Cocoa Puffs. I remember going over to all my friends' houses and they only had Cocoa Puffs. And I was like, what is this nasty shit?
You don't like Cocoa Puffs?
I don't like chocolate. I've never liked chocolate or chocolate milk. I know. But I remember that was the only cereal. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll start.
Reese's Puffs is where
That's
it's at.
and Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks. Okay, Honey Smacks are kind of
those
niche.
are nasty. To each his own.
Apple cinnamon Cheerios?
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks are okay. Apple Jacks. What about Pops?
Corn Pops are good.
Corn Pops? Gotta have my Pops. I feel like every time I eat Pops, I gotta say that.
Bye, Gunner. It was really
Gunner,
nice talking with you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We gotta link up, man. We've talked about it for a long time. We really gotta go hunting. Josh, if you're rolling out too, see you later, man.
Hey, we already said goodbye to him.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah. Robert, I just put 37s on my JKUR. Do I need to upgrade anything to go wheeling, or the Dana 44 is strong enough?
It really depends on how you wheel it. So we've wheeled on 37s on stock axles on the JKU without the Rubicon axles. And so I think that helps a lot, especially with the lower gearing or the higher gearing. So we had 373s with 37s. And the thing about that is it doesn't create as much torque, if that makes sense. So when you go lower gearing, it creates more torque and you have more ability to brake. So with your Dana 44s on 37s, it's a great setup, especially on the JLs. But in your case, as long as you're not getting, it's really about smooth throttle.
Finish a thought.
It's really about the smooth throttle. As long as you can break anything at the end.
Oh my gosh!
You can break anything at the end of the day, but as long as you have the smooth throttle, you'll be all right. Now, the things that will help, absolutely. If you want to go to RCV axles, that's really good. If you want to truss, that's absolutely great too. There's a lot of really good options. Hit me up on Instagram, on Messenger, and I can help you out with that. But for the most part, again, you can break anything. At the end of the day, 37s it's about as big of a fat chick as you want to put on a little dude. So just keep it easy. But yeah, there's stuff you can do. And like I said, hit me up on Instagram. We can talk about it more. But just be easy on it and don't use your front locker too much in any situation where you're turning the wheel. If you're going straight, perfectly fine to use a front locker. But if you're gonna have to shove the steering wheel to the left or right a lot, and lock that front wheel, don't do that. You'll break something.
Are we gonna keep
Hope
this
that helped.
that fluid train of thought? Are we gonna keep this video on the channel? Please say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. If you're interested in watching 2.5 hours of footage, then yes.
I wish Way of Life would go back to what they were.
Wish what?
Way of Life would go back to what they
Yes,
were.
see, and that's the thing. Like, the first videos I watched were the original JKU experience, and I really enjoyed that. It was fun. They were basically making those JKU experience videos, and it was great. It really kind of made you want to get out there, and it gave you the opportunity to kind of see what it was. And I think that was really cool. Again, I'd love to meet them. I'd love to go wheeling with them. They're on a whole different level than us. But I think they're really cool people, and I do. But at some point there becomes a disconnect too, when you're able to just drop your rig off and get like a brand new, $60,000 Gladiator off and get like $30,000 worth of work done to it, I feel like at some point you kind of disconnect yourself from the average person. And I like to bring that back down a little bit and just talk to the people who are just garage builders and doing things on their own budget. Just my opinion. Shay's in charge of the comments. I'm just in charge of
Simple Living Alaska. It would be fun to collaborate with them. It would give us a reason to go to Alaska, which David really wants to go to Alaska.
I just want to go hunting there. I want to have a little cabin there. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, but I wonder how expensive it is there to hunt. Look at your eyes. You're so tipsy.
Who said that?
Me. I said that.
No, I'm good. I still have water.
No, he doesn't.
Having a well a good time, guys. Just keep the comments coming. Oh, my throat's starting to get itchy.
Just get a 35K Sport Gladiator and build it up yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we always like to do with our Jeeps.
I love the sports. I think they're a bargain, especially if you're going to build it yourself. You get a limited slip and at least 373 gears, and you're on a perfect avenue.
I look like a giant compared to you.
It's because of my trash can.
I know, but I just look so
I'm sitting on a trash can, trying to help this work out. And yes, if I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing plaid. No one asked.
Josh knows. He says he's down for the 4-door because he has 2 girls and a big dog.
It makes sense.
It would be really hard to get a car seat in and out of a 2-door. I just
fat chicken on a little dude. I'm serious.
It's like a fat guy in a little coat.
It's true. You see those guys at concerts and they got like the big fat chickens. They're like,
they're about to break.
You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
How about this? JLU versus 5th Gen T4R.
Yeah, Toyota 4Runner.
Keep the 4Runner or trade for a JL.
Again, it just depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to do heavy off-roading and rock crawling, then JL's, it's going to win every time. It is what it is. You can do so much more. You can put bigger tires on it. But if you're going to do 33s and just go out on trails, 4Runner is, it's 100% more comfortable. Remember, traveling across the states in the 4Runner versus
you guys
the Jeep.
know if you travel in your Jeep hours at a time, it's so uncomfortable. It's not built for comfort.
Yeah.
But I've heard the JLs are.
Yeah, they're a lot better, especially with their automatic transmission that they have now. But again, it really depends on what you want to do with it. If you're looking for something that's more comfortable and you're not going to build too crazy, 4Runner all the way. You'll end up with a little bit better gas mileage, and the reliability of it's, way better. But if you're going to rock crawl and stuff, JL, 100%. Is what it is.
When are you going to start on the Comanche?
Okay, so going back to the Comanche, so obviously with the baby and stuff, I got to be able to afford getting it over here and buying it for my brother. So if I can afford to pick it up and get it over here, then as soon as possible. I think that'd be a really fun build, and I just think it'd be really cool to do something from the ground up.
It's working on it, all the work that it needs.
Yeah, and I'd love it. Literally, it is a frame. It is a body on top of a front frame because obviously it's half a unibody, but it's a really cool setup, and as soon as possible if I can get it.
Follow up to Nero's comment. He said the JLU versus 5th Gen. He said for out here on the coast.
On the coast, East Coast. Again, it really, I would think it goes back to what you're going to do with it. And for comfort wise, that 4Runner just wins. It's a great setup, especially if you get at least the TRD off road. You got the locker, you got the 4x4, and it's a good package. And it's a very comfortable rig. The only thing you have to really combat is the visibility and the overhangs, the front and rear. Like when we took the 4Runner to Hell's Revenge the first week we had it and ripped off the rear bumper. Shay was so mad. We literally had it for 2 weeks.
So it had temporary plates on it.
If you're going to do stuff like that, then the JL is obviously better to beat up on. Because if you beat up on a 4Runner, you're going to beat it to shit really quick. So if you're going to beat up your rigs, go JL. If you're going to be a little bit easier on it and you just want something you can travel with, 4Runner all day, every day.
Can I install 6-inch lift kit to my 2018 4Runner, considering the kids. No, the KDSS, sorry.
A 6-inch lift on a 4Runner is a little excessive anyways. I guess my question would be, what are you trying to accomplish with it? Because 6 inches is a lot for a 4Runner. So, I mean, you're messing with a lot of geometry, especially on a vehicle that wasn't meant. Why are you laughing? On a vehicle that wasn't meant. I would stick with about 4 inches max because you're really dealing with a lot of stuff there. So, just my opinion. If you want to go 6 inches, by all means, do what you want. If it's I don't know why you're laughing. But anyways, I think you should. I think if you're going 6 inches, you might be stretching the capabilities of the 4Runner as it is, anyways. I hope did that answer your question? Let me know if it didn't.
It says if the butt sniffer came back up the driveway, offering bottles of Weller,
yes,
for a look,
yes, how
many bottles could Shay carry back to the house? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's a lot of butthole picture about that. I'm gonna show you my butthole once or twice. Hold on, I feel like we messed something up here. I like the Gladiator Sport with max tow packages. You get the 410 axle with no limited slip. See, the 410s is great. And Off-Road Evolution says this a lot. With these axles, you can run. I mean, there's guys running, I think, 40s with their 410s, which is ridiculous for a Gladiator. So it's a great setup. And if you can get the limited slip versus the open, limited slip takes you a lot of places. We didn't have lockers for the longest time, and we did really well with it.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have lockers for years, and we did perfectly fine.
Yeah, so limited slip is key. I would almost get 373s with limited slip before 410s with an open diff, actually, personally.
So for my Jeeps that I had a manual, and I only had the limited slip, and it was – no, that's not right. We had the limited slip for a long time.
Every Jeep we had a limited slip.
And it was perfect. Yeah. I loved it. I felt like we could do everything that everyone else could do. And I liked having my manual too, because I felt like it helped push me up a little bit. But that's besides the point.
And what's kind of funny is when we went to the Rubicon, I actually missed the limited slip because I was disappointed that I had to hit the locker so much. Whereas the limited slip, I could just rely on that. When you have open diffs, you're like, all right, I got to hit the locker again. Versus just cruising out with limited slip. So it was kind of annoying to be open.
Nira said, guess I'm keeping the 4Runner.
Yes, keep the 4Runner. Yes.
Dr. Boom says, I wish you would have kept the 2-door Cherokee that you were building. That sucked when you sold it.
Yes, I agree with you.
Selling it either.
That was a really cool rig, and I love doing the 4x4 swap on it. It looked great. It was a lot of fun to do. I can't remember exactly. I think we swapped to the 2-door JK at that point, and I think they used that money to get the 2-door JK.
The blue?
Yeah. And I really like that blue 2-door JK too, which is really cool. I feel like the build was just perfect. 2-door on 35s is perfect. 4-door on 37s is perfect. Yeah. So I like to keep a low center of gravity build on 2-door, and I think that blue 2-door was perfect. So the XJ, the wheelbase cell on the XJ, I love that more than any other thing about the Cherokees.
High elite boxing.
So that was really cool. And it looked really good. I really liked how it came out. The one problem I did have with the conversion was I ran into a shifting issue, and I couldn't figure out quite what it was. This guy asked me to buy it anyway, so I sold it to him while I still had the opportunity. But yeah, that was a really cool rig.
Sorry. Billy, I love The Office. Michael Scott, that's what she said.
We watch The Office literally every night when we go to sleep. It's constantly playing in the background.
He has the LSD, and he loves it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We really like it. I thought that all the JLs have Dana 44 rears, regardless of LSD.
Yes, and I think we were talking about something a little bit different. So we were talking about the 410 gears versus the being open versus having a limited slip. So yes, Dana 44, completely different conversation. Yeah, Dana 44 is a great rear end, and yeah, that comes with them in the back.
Dr. Boom, I agree.
Just like the JK.
If he would have kept the red Cherokee, it would have been a good build.
Oh yeah, it would be.
It'd be really built up.
Really crazy. I would have had lockers and all sorts of crazy stuff. But again, it goes back to the Comanche. I have another opportunity to do something very similar, and I think that'd be especially with the short wheelbase. Finding one of them in a Comanche is really difficult, so that'd be cool.
Exactly. L. Snido's Toy Company. I loved my manual. I felt like I could do anything that anyone else could. It was perfect. I loved it.
And the cool thing about the manual with the JKs is you
Bye,
can.
YK. It was really good to talk with you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for reaching
I
out.
hope your wife really isn't angry.
Sorry about that. But yeah, El Snido's. Yeah, with that manual, when you put it in 4 low, I mean, you don't even have to ride the clutch. It's literally like you just keep a little bit of gas or just let it go by itself, and it just crawls by itself. It's really cool how they set the gearing up in that. It works out awesome. Carol probably drives a Silverado. Okay, I like
Cody,
it.
you keep coming in and out, and you're not answering any of my questions.
I know the Tundra is a great truck. I agree with you. I really think everyone's on board with Comanche. I think we should do it. Are you down?
Nero says, best front rear locker to add a 5th gen limited 4Runner? ?
See you later, Billy. Real quick, I just want to
Oh.
mention that. So thank you.
Bye,
Thank
Billy.
you for coming
It
out.
was nice talking with you. Best front rear locker to add to a 5th gen limited 4Runner. The center locker is fine, but a rear locker would be sick in addition.
That's a great question. I honestly couldn't give you a real answer to because I haven't messed around with researching it too much. Detroit is good. If anything, I prefer an E-locker over an air locker, if that helps you out. Just because I like the fact that the E-locker doesn't rely on the air compressor. And with the air, if something goes out, you break a line, your air compressor goes out, you lose the locker function. So if I could steer you in any direction, I'd say go E-locker. And I think that'll do well. Again, it's one of those things where how often have you needed a front locker as well? That's kind of a good question too. But yeah, I'd start with E-locker and kind of just go that direction. I wish I had a better answer.
I love dirt every day.
Cody, man,
What are you
you and I, man,
doing?
we're on the same level, I think, right now.
Light bright also not as good as.
Again, if you're
Oh
new,
my gosh.
I'm not dogging on Light Bright by any means. I use them as an example, but and good for them for doing what they do. It's just not my style of channel. So it is what it is. So there you go. We were talking about something. Oh, we were talking about Silverados. Yeah.
Yes, Tundras and Silverados.
Oh no, Comanche. I was gonna say I think the Comanche is a win. People are all on board for that. What do you think?
I heard you.
How do you feel? What do you think about the Comanche? Come on, they want to know.
No, they don't. They don't care what I think.
Who wants to know what Shay thinks about the
Nobody
Comanche?
knows. Nobody cares.
Please entertain me. I'm curious. We're waiting. Come on. I need some help, people. What do you guys think about the Comanche? I know a few of you have already chimed in. I think it'd be a great build. See? Yep.
I thought we were friends, Nero.
That's good stuff. I like the Raise Man meme.
I do too.
But
I want to know.
yes. See? People want to know.
I'm not against the Comanche build. Not at all. It's just whenever he works on a project, like we talked about 5 minutes into this live chat, he spends entire weekends working on it, or entire evenings, even after work, and he has to go to work the next day. He will spend 40 to 60 hours working on a vehicle. And with a baby coming in, I don't want things to change, and I don't want his life to change, but I need him there with me too. Before, I didn't care. I'd sit out there with him and we would do it together. And I still don't care, but I need a little bit more help now.
Here's my thing about the Comanche build, though. I feel like if I get this Comanche, it's going to be like my build. Yes, we are under quarantine. I agree with you. But here's my thing. Like, I feel like this will be like the perfect opportunity to just do like the build, like go all out, like LS swap, like full 110 axles, that sort of thing, or whatever. But just actually take time. See, my biggest, like the CJ5.
That's what he says about every build.
No,
Don't let him fool
the
you.
CJ5 build I did, I burned myself out.
The baby
honestly.
is gonna help him. How?
We had the CJ5 for about 2 months, and I did that. I literally every single night I spent in the garage, every single weekend, hours in the garage. It was just I got burned out on it. It came out really cool. It had 110 axles. It was stretched. It was really cool. You know, did a square tube drive shaft. It was ridiculous. But I don't ever want to do that again. I want to do a nice, slow build that at the end of it, you look at it and you're like, holy shit, that's really cool.
Cody, I really appreciate you taking one for the team. I won't forget.
Really, I didn't know they had a stop sale on the manual Gladiators. And going back to new rigs, all new rigs, I prefer the auto. I know Shay actually wheels better with the manual, which is really funny. But I like the automatics off-road because here's my thing. When I'm stopped on an incline, and I'm not going to keep listing things I don't like about the Tacoma, but in the Jeeps, they have the hill climb assist, which is great with a 6-speed. So you literally don't go backwards. These Tacomas, I mean, you're like flying all over the place. Now, I know they have the clutch start assist. I get that. I think it's a weak-ass excuse compared to the hill climb assist. But I don't know, just my opinion. I much prefer the autos off-roading just because we've been in really precarious situations where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
I'll let you read all those comments.
The baby is going to help me build. She is going to be a freaking baller. She's going to be one of those girls that I'm like I want you to have long hairs and ponytails and pigtails, but at the same time, I want you to be able to change a tire and change your own oil. So,
well, I could do that growing up, and I was still a pretty girly girl. So.
Yeah, I want to show you guys a picture of Shay with chopped, bobbed hair on a 4-wheeler with
my dead deer.
So yeah. Yes, the Bronco first. I agree. Great distraction. I do the dishes, Dr. Boom. She doesn't like doing the dishes, so I have to do them.
That's not true. I always do them.
That's not true either. Yes. See, and that would work perfectly, John, if we had a garage. I agree, because she could just like hop around in the garage in her freaking roller thingy. But without a garage, it's a little bit more difficult outside. Plus, you can't really wrench outside. Well, yeah, you can with like lights and stuff. So, anyways, I think that'd be a great idea. It's gonna happen. We'll make it happen. Shay's on board. This is her on board face. She's not saying anything out loud because she can't come up with the right words.
I know.
It's just overwhelming.
It is.
It's too much. Guess we're gonna go eat cereal after this.
I'm not. I've had a lot of donuts today.
We are on a marathon. I can't believe and Shay will vouch for this. I'm not a talker. Like I'm very low key, kind of an introvert. So I appreciate moments like this when it allows us to kind of just hang out and shoot the shit and have a good time.
Yas is right. First, you need a place with a garage, then a project.
And I disagree.
He looks at it as a challenge.
You just need the
he
mindset.
Loves challenges, and he is going to take that challenge and make it its bitch.
Yeah, if you're on board mentally, then that's all you need.
I don't think Shay is on board.
She's on board.
She's going to grill you when the camera shuts off.
That usually happens anyway. So.
We've been talking about it all day. We've gone back and forth. So
yeah.
We'll see what we have about 10% left.
Oh, yeah. So
I don't want to cut you guys off. I'd like to actually say goodbye.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Thank you all again. That is the biggest thing from us. And I try and do this in every video, but thank you. Without you guys, I mean, this is all pointless. And my only goal with having this channel is to help people out. If I can help one person out in each video, then that's all I really care about. So thank you so much. Guys, be safe out there. I hope you're all well. Again, Instagram Messenger is the best place to reach us.
Bye, Robert.
I'll respond to you on comments in the videos, but if you want to shoot this shit back and forth, Instagram Messenger is the best place. Or email us, freedomcrawlers at, I don't remember the
Gmail.
I don't remember it's freedomcrawler at Gmail or freedomcrawlers at Gmail.
I don't know.
Anyways, It's in. It's.
We
I think
will
it's
do
on-
this again, Nero. I
Yeah,
promise.
yeah, we'll do this again. This is a good time. So, anyways, thank you all very much. I'm just very humbled and thank you. So
It was
all I
fun
got.
talking with you guys.
yeah, we'll definitely set this up again next time, and hopefully we're all still under quarantine so we can all shoot the shit and have a good time.
And just
Not-
keep drinking.
Not that we're under quarantine because we don't want to be under quarantine forever, but it's a good time. So
All right.
thank you.
We'll
We're
see you
gonna
next
sign
time.
off on now. We'll give you guys the opportunity to say goodbye before we check off or end stream or whatever it's called.
Jeez, it's 11 there.
Yeah. All you guys on the East Coast are really hung in there, especially if you've been on this since the beginning. So thank you. Well, what I'll do is I'll make a video tomorrow, and we'll just have comments and just kind of flashback on today and just have a good time.
You're ridiculous.
It'll be fun.
All right. Bye, guys.
Cheers again. Thank you all, and we appreciate it greatly.
See you next time.
Yes.
So, to end this, do you just click the.
I think we hit end stream.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
how I do.
But I want to give everyone a second. You got about 30 seconds. And
Bye,
then
Josh.
Shay's going to get a bowl of tricks and just.
I'm not eating tricks tonight. I had some this morning.
Do you want to bet on that?
Time for some Office. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Or
wanna bet.
Parks and Rec. Great.
Parks and Rec is good.
Huge Parks and Rec fan.
I feel like more people are actually getting on.
Yeah, guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That was a nasty cackle.
No Tiger King.
Yes, Tiger King. We'll talk next time.
True story. Fun fact for you guys. Last 14 people here. My first tattoo idea. I don't have any tattoos, but I really want to get a sleeve. When I was in high school, I had this great idea that I was going to get a tiger on my back.
A white tiger.
It's going to be a baby white tiger. I was like pawing at a butterfly because I was like, chicks will totally dig this. Like I'm going to get all sorts of girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that.
I am too.
So-
'Cause that wouldn't have worked.
Fun fact, true story. The end.
No, you hang up. That's what he said. All right, you ready?
I do want to watch Westworld.
Okay, we can watch Westworld.
All right. 14 people. Say goodbye really quick. Goodbye, guys. 13. Okay.